Keep fear games.
Yeah.
I don't even have a membership. Maybe I should get one.
Dude, I will I will buy one.
I wanted
You can
me
vent
to
to
be
me, man.
behind
Like, I will
because I got her behind,
It's so
in front of her in
Like, I bought a 3-pound bag
the chair in the
2
front,
days ago.
and I wanted her to be talking to everybody, and then I turned back into my door, and I'm still sitting there sweating like a dog.
Currently nothing, but I have chicken fillet right here. That's why I was late.
Oh, remember, Mark? Chicken nuggets with Sam's Club.
Is that good? So can we go? Well, we can go shopping.
Dude, I got you.
So you're bringing chicken Friday night to D&D?
What?
Bringing chicken Friday night to D&D?
No, we're going to old party.
Yeah, but then you're still coming to play though, right?
No. Well, alright, let me see how the next 2 days go. And by the next 2 days, I mean tomorrow.
Is that a totally different campaign? What?
I'll just run the difficulty to like 5 players and adjust accordingly if less people show up.
Alright.
When those work, they don't have circles, but I don't feel like putting bases on every single man.
Yeah, where would you get them?
Yeah, but like, dude, I have like dozens, if not hundreds of these things. Just like sitting around my apartment that all need to be based. It's like miscellaneous.
You've seen my shelves at my house. You know how to do it.
Yeah. African, I've got like African animals. I bought a whole box of African animals in case my players ever go to that part of the world. I don't know if they will, but now I have them just in case. Small animals. Would you like a fry?
Don't forget the local doubles.
Well, definitely call me next time you want to do that.
They are.
Is that a waffle patty? Waffle patty fry.
Yeah. And our back porch
London
got
is
destroyed
trying to get kicked out of the country. There's one
I have
that
front
opened
porch,
up in
but
London.
I don't have my
The
back
first
porch.
one,
It's
they're trying to
fire.
get it used out.
That's why the Brits
They've already shut it down.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, within like 2 minutes.
Yeah, the British didn't do well with Chick-fil-A.
their opinion doesn't count.
That's because they have standards.
Yeah. Listen,
I do not.
the chicken is like crap. I don't know what this company's values are. The chicken is there.
I mean, that's been my feeling. But like, I'm pretty sure the reason we like it so much is the reason we don't want it there. Saying it probably know what it is.
Ever since the Brits invented communism, I haven't really cared what they've done.
Brits invented communism.
They can take a stance against the LGBT all day, but I know at least 40% of the members at this one here at the corner are LGBT.
Yeah. And they're getting paid, so I'm all for it.
Yeah. So they can hate it all they want, but they employ a large number.
Oh yeah, the guy who always gives me the fist bump when I go through the drive-through definitely sets off my gaydar.
Wait, really?
You know who I'm talking about, right?
You like it, right?
Yeah!
Yes!
He's like the coolest kid. He's like, hey babe, like your car! He gives me the fist bump.
I just like the
told me
fact
that
that
the
you
other day.
used the word gaydar. I kind of love you.
He told me that the other day. I was like, thanks, it's electric.
That's something I didn't think I'd hear today.
What, gaydar?
Yeah.
Go away, you're getting exploded. I adopted a cat today. I haven't named it yet.
Congratulations, name it Bubbles.
You can name it Joseph.
The name it came with
Nugget.
is Onyx. But it's young and it's like, yeah. Right?
My brother's dog is named Onyx. He's a black curly pepper. So.
What are the flying
Like, I want to name him something funny
Britches.
or ironic, right?
Trotsky.
Like,
Trotsky.
yeah, like Salty or like Fido or something, right?
Lassie.
What's the name of the flying cats in D&D?
Flying cats.
I have a picture of it in my brain, but I couldn't tell you what.
They have flying cats in D&D. That totally needs to be.
Milky.
I gotta look it up now.
White chocolate.
White thunder.
In fact, They might be in this book here.
Snow White.
You have to do like some sort of sarcastic take on the fact that it's black.
Yeah.
Cocaine.
Anthrax.
Like Sabbath.
Like what?
Sabbath.
Yes. What is this? That's cheap. I like
Like
that.
a tall guy tiny,
What is this creature?
or a fat guy slim.
Oh, that's actually a basilisk.
Okay, basket. Okay, cool.
But
Definitely can't turn it.
you can't wild shape in one of those. But you can use that miniature if you were to wild shape in like a giant lizard or something like that. They're called Tressums.
Cat dog.
Yeah.
Tressyn.
Heard in a while.
See? Flying cats.
That is
I
adorable.
want 10 of them.
Well, there you go. You can play the Swarm Ranger and have a swarm of Tressums.
I love it.
That would be
Wait, will this be a thing for our next campaign? That's we can do that.
We're having our session 0 tonight, so.
like whenever you want.
Wait, tonight?
Yeah, I figure after we finish this, we'll have our session 0.
Alright guys, let's hurry
New
up.
campaign.
Right now, time to end.
Well, that's not,
Alright,
that's
where's Jay?
cool.
Let's go.
Wait a second. Doesn't move.
Evidently, I'm on the boat.
How did Jay get on the boat?
Oh yeah, Jay's not
He was.
with you guys.
Yeah, he was let out. Yeah, he was let out. Remember by the
He is free.
lizard.
I have figured
Or
it out.
the shark.
Do you want me to send you a text for a mask?
Here's the plan.
Yes. Shoot me. Well,
That's
yeah.
good. I must have figured that somewhere by now.
All right, so hand me Jay's mini because he's not on the boat with you guys.
Dang. No one will do.
And I totally forgot to bring the new Bard mini. You have wings now.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You have a flying speed of 25.
So what did
Coming
it start
together
to-
now.
What did it turn him into? What did it turn him into? Or were you like,
It outlines everything in like a dim light. Get everybody advanced.
So like even if he was like hidden, invisible, if he was in
Well, I
within
figured
range,
that much.
nice. Remember that. Very fire. I could light him
I
up.
saw the last.
Boom. Ah, there you are.
Do I have horns now? Do I have 3 horns instead of 1?
We're killing somebody now.
Thank you for that.
Where have you been?
Killing another. Oh, I mean, somebody.
Oh, here, yeah.
Well, like, I
The
take
first
forever
time
to eat them,
I
so by the time I
played,
eat them all, they're
Sal
going to be cold
got
anyway, so
killed.
feel free.
Wait a second. Who cares? Dang.
All right, yeah.
I had
So,
to save him. I had to break water.
so you've grown demonic-looking wings. Okay. Which gives you a 20-foot fly speed. And once per day, you can sing, and anything within 60 feet of you has to make a wisdom saving throw.
oh god.
Or use their reaction to move towards you, lured by your harpy-like singing voice.
Siren song.
Zach, allies, any enemies?
Yeah, anybody who hears it.
Right. Don't sing. Please.
So I mean,
Keep quiet.
if you need to evacuate your friends, you could sing and make them follow you.
Oh, yeah.
Or if you need to clump things up for a well-placed fireball.
I'm halfway there. All you know is fire resistance.
All right, let me figure out what Jay's character's doing real quick.
Everybody gotta go down with the ship. Captain, Silver's captain.
All right, so does someone want to recap what happened last time for those who aren't here? In our one viewer who
Let's go.
is that one of the two of you?
How far back do we need to go in this recap?
One viewer. Thank you for viewing.
This last session.
Yeah, just last session.
We're trying to ran away like
The last 2 sessions, we took like the same adventure.
We went to the place where the
ran away like a coward.
and we decided to help them fight the shark people, and then we did, and we won. We killed the Shark King. Might have worn his head around a little bit.
That was me.
Then, yep. Then we convinced the queen of the shark people to make a treaty with the lizard people, and it just so happens that this guy is the worst, and he ran away.
Let's go.
Oh, we found the guy. Did he kill the lizard
We also
king?
fed Galen Prime Water to the shark people as a snack because he sucks. And then
Yeah, he did seawater for 50 years.
yeah. So you know, that good old Galen.
Well, sometimes you get it,
That blood
sometimes you get got.
So
They take 2 to the chest.
they had 3 days to use the treaty, and he ran off in the middle of everything when it looked like things were going to get too real.
It's like a random
now
number
we're gonna
generator.
Wow.
And that's
exactly
pretty
what
much
it
it.
is.
Did I leave anything out?
Your 100-sided die.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
100-sided die.
Did you mention
Look at me. Yeah.
Oh, where are those dice?
Oh, I bought new dice.
my text?
Wow, fancy man.
Yeah,
Metal.
I bought gold ones, silver ones, copper ones.
Here or?
It was an impulse buy.
Did you hear?
Yeah. I was kind of having a crappy day, so I decided to go and spend way too much money on things I don't need. Treat himself.
I just messaged you back. Alright, so the setup here. Remember, you negotiated a treaty between the lizard folk and the Sahagwan shark folk. And the agreement was that they would rendezvous at the reef, which the reef happens to grow around an old sunken castle. And this is the only part of the castle that sticks up out of the sea. The rest is fallen deep below, and the coral reef has gone up all over it.
I'll take a lot of damage to kill that guy.
The rest of you, I presume, went back to your ship since that's kind of your home. And I would assume then that the bard and the ranger have been off on some adventure of their own. Or, you know, the ranger was holding the bard's hand as he suffered through days and days of painful mutation into his new form thanks to the experiment he was willing to sell his soul for 20 gold pieces.
Well, I didn't sell my soul. I did not. I didn't sell my soul, only my body.
He went in the basement. It's just about the same thing.
It's true, he didn't actually sell his soul. He just agreed to participate in an experiment for 20 gold pieces, where he was force-fed demon ichor into his lungs.
His soul was already gone. He got the +1 charisma.
No, that was for free.
You already traded
That was
your
free.
soul away.
Sometimes you're hard up for cash. I don't blame you.
We now got some rad wings.
We have so much money. I'm still carrying this magical freezer around in my bag. No. I don't know why I'm still carrying that. You were supposed to sell it to him, instead you went to the basement.
We were going to go to see him today. He disappeared.
Alright, so you've pulled your ship as close as you can get to the reef. So basically, this half of the map is deep water, hence the ability to get your ship this close. This half of the map is shallow water because of the reef. These are the lizard folk,
Oh, okay.
and those are the Sahagwan.
Oh, okay. We're on the boat.
You got. Well, not including him. Everybody else is on the ship to supervise the treaty.
Okay. I thought the lizard folk were going to be on the ship as well. That's where I was confused. Okay.
Gotcha.
I got it now.
Keep it on the down low.
Sorry to interrupt.
So you guys could be on the ship, or you could be with the lizard folk. Technically, you could be with the Sahagwan, because you also negotiated with the Baroness
So here's the lizard
after
folk,
you
here's
murdered
the
her.
Sahagwan.
Other way.
Opposite.
Lizard folk.
No.
The fish people.
So not fish. Got it. Okay. They were grayer, so I got, you know. Now I get it. Alright.
I'm staying on the ship. I didn't want to be a part of this in the first place.
You got no choice now.
Oh, yes, I do. I'm sticking with the ship.
Have no money to be
I will be.
Something, curse and black pearl.
I can swim.
I'll be on the ship. But I want to be standing right here.
Coward.
For like, you move me.
Which one?
The one on the left, yeah. Yeah, green dress, yeah, right there. That's me. That's where I'm hanging.
You could also name the cat Pearl. I'm just saying.
I love that you're still thinking about this.
I call it Cuddles. He doesn't like me though. It's an ironic name.
That's good.
My life will come out and then I've interacted with it for like 40 minutes before coming up here.
Hey, cat, love you. You're on your own. See you later.
It's basically like I got it, brought it home, like set everything up, and then I was like, oh yeah,
Let's pay much like it.
I'll be back.
Tearing a place apart. He's got money.
Is it a male or female cat? You could name it Jack.
Yeah.
Like Black Jack.
Black, like Black Widow.
Hey, Widow.
Canary.
Pale white.
Black canary.
There you go, yeah.
And the cat that caught the canary. There's so many canaries things.
Canaries are valuable members of society.
Are all the weapons still down below on the ship?
Did you guys actually give the weapons?
Literally the one point. So that's why I left. I'm not in here for all of this. We were supposed to sell the weapons.
Did you guys sold the weapons to the lizard folk, right?
Did you guys get any money from it?
We were promised money after everything was over.
There's your first mistake. Oh yeah, you can pay us after your Civil War.
No,
We'll
they
see.
made like a
We'll see
down.
who wins.
They made a down payment, but then we were supposed to get more after. And we look, we were a little preoccupied. What's happening?
I hosted.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, were you preoccupied or did you just get a second
think
job
other Twitch
with the same people?
No. We legit like so the queen of the lizard folk was betrayed by her shaman, and
I sent you
she
another
tried
message,
to have a throw a coup, and then
Just kidding, that
we all
person's
got
a great guy.
by the time we were supposed to have like a dinner festival to celebrate our alliance.
He was the voice of
The
Leon
next thing we
Kennedy
knew,
in
everyone was
Resident
screaming
Evil 6.
There's your first mistake. We weren't supposed to be a part of this alliance in the first place.
Not RH2 though.
We eat lizard people food.
But when we got there, Galen Primewater was there, and it just
Okay, let's get on this right now. What's happening?
Yeah.
Should we turn that camera a little more to get Dave in the frame?
this one. Tell me when.
Oh, that's me.
Yes.
Wrong way.
Well, I don't
Give it up for Brad.
Oh, I guess it wasn't Dave that was missing, it was Ian that was missing from the frame.
No love.
Is that better?
A little more. Oh, yeah.
There, right there.
Perfect.
You're gonna point the cannons at the peace treaty?
We're
never know what's
enforcing
going
the
on.
peace.
No.
Can't trust these animal folk.
Cannons of peace.
They're like you to me. They don't have.
Hey, just keep everybody honest. Why are you going to show her screen?
There's so many different maps for.
You must maintain the peace.
What?
So many different maps.
Yeah, there are. And it's weird because I never realized it.
It's got
Did you
her
see any of the
tablet screen on that.
Yeah.
I can see it clearly.
The Halloween 2, the Rob Zombie one, I did not like that one. You actually didn't want it. Like, he made movies.
Tristan's gonna stop sunbathing. He's supposed to be completely silent.
Yeah, that makes it
You're right in the blast zone.
Where's Turn the splash zone, bro?
Damn it, where's Chuck?
He's in the box.
So he's sweet on
Angie, you know your screen's on?
It's actually on there, yeah.
Well, that's cool. I'm drawing Michael Myers. Judge me. I'm curious.
It's like, it's okay. It's not being used right now.
Alright. Should be in the top somewhere. Probably on that side of it. Everything's filled out there.
Oh, you're trying to see something.
Alright, so are you swimming or flying?
No,
Flying.
I figured.
Yeah.
What's everybody else doing?
I'm on the
I
show.
have a halfling you can use for Chuck for now.
Well, it's not like I'm short on minis.
Alright.
Get it.
You're just trying to find Chuck's name.
Chuck got it.
dress.
I think it needs to as well. No. Just take my glasses off. It's easier to see like when you're I do take them off.
It's a good one. Whichever one you did.
You like that sometimes. Let's mark a fool out in these streets.
Chuck's in the crow's nest.
It's Yarhill.
All right. So, is everybody where is everybody's miniature where you want them to be?
Yeah.
Have an NPC in my game. I'm near the wheel. It's like a regular NPC that they get with.
Is Tristan supposed to be hiding, or what's Tristan doing?
In 9 months of them playing in this world, half of them hate this.
You're gonna negotiate these treaties?
I'm just there in case things happen. Or in case Jay shows up.
In the last game, half of them loved it, half of them hated
Step
it.
one, pretend to be bad. Step two, snap and scissors.
I'm hurt. I can see me coming out of the water. Diving back to the chest.
Oh, let me see one of those. Just something that we have a large. I'll just use this held action. Alright. Let's see, can you put that around one of those shark people? The one that says held action will represent
Any of them?
the Baroness. Yeah, that's a good one.
Held action. Wait a second. What's happening here?
Because she's actually large.
Oh.
Right now,
Is that the queen?
The Baroness, yes.
Just force it in there. The queen is a large woman of large royalty. I don't know where I was going. I don't know where I was going. Yeah, something like that.
She's a big deal.
Yes.
See that big deal?
Oh my god, yeah.
So funny.
We need to stop.
All right.
We're going to get notes on this again.
So, the lizard folk queen is escorted up there by her brave warrior. And,
Yeah, but I'm the one who narcs.
and she's strong enough that she just kind of jumps over here.
Yeah, she is.
Right on Tristan's stomach.
You're in my light.
Why is he laying down?
As one does in the middle of a piece.
So she looks down on you and says, "Are you here to negotiate the treaty, Claire?
Do you need my help?
Are you a priest? Is that what the kind of thing you do?"
I'm a diplomat. Usually I just try to keep you alive like last time. So I can do that.
Should I be there with you?
Someone should be there to sue for books.
They're probably
Are you just flying overhead going, "I'm a diplomat"?
Yeah. Don't trust the flag. What is he here? Yeah, he used to be a priest. He's kind of a friend of ours. But he drank some weird stuff I've seen.
That's just profiling.
She says, "I've heard bad things about you."
Alright, I'll help.
We lived those bad
And then the Sahagwin Baroness, she jumps over there. So now and she's gonna, since Tristan is there with the lizard folk queen, one of her shark people will hop over too. And they all look at you, since you're the priest who apparently is negotiating the treaty.
I yelled to you. Make it happen, happen!
Do not mess up. It's only the
He's
stage
the captain of this conversation.
We have gathered at this mass today.
Oh no, that's what I'm there.
They're here today.
Can I ready a firebolt in case anyone decides to go sideways on this treaty?
Oh,
Which area are you keeping your eye on?
I'm going to be going back and forth looking at the soldiers. I feel like Tristan handled the center. I'm watching for anyone looking to start trouble on the outer perimeter. So I'll make perception checks every round if you want.
Alright, so you're discreetly readying your short bow, hoping to see a red dragonborn? Okay.
I'm just gonna get ready to.
If you don't tell us why they're shooting.
If anybody attacks me, I'm just gonna get ready to cast a combo motion.
If anything attacks you,
If anything attacks anything that I can see.
So, have we seen them? Have we seen her since we went back to her, right? We spent and explained to her about the bears and everything?
yes.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. So, you're here to negotiate the terms of the truce? You would like to see?
I'm gonna ready up. Told you we shouldn't have done this in case everything takes off.
Why so long? How do you feel about this truce?
The Baroness says, "Where's the small one? The talkative guy, the sorcerer."
They wanted you.
Wait,
It was his idea to do this, right?
Yeah, I'm here. Wait, alright, you guys should move over there. This is awkward. Maybe?
Take a swim over.
I can fly them over them like a ferryman.
Yeah, I call up to you and I'm like, bring me to the negotiations.
She's on the boat, but I can bring her over if you want. Never mind, she's here.
So can we just pretend that he's holding me in the air? Can you hold me in the air and hover?
How strong are you?
Not that strong.
Alright, just kidding. We'll call it lucky that I made
Like
it
one of
here.
those flights.
Okay.
Airbus.
I actually had to climb up the last part of it, like couldn't quite make it to the top.
We both had to climb up to the crow's nest first, and he just glided you over.
Yeah.
I look over and go, never leave when you bargain call it
chicken.
Yes.
You ready to call
We
it?
felt the style. It was really fun.
So covering
As I look over and you really never
that
get what you
whole
bargain for and
section.
see.
60-foot cloud.
Alright.
Alright, yeah, I'm here now. I'm here to negotiate.
She's here.
I bow to both of the queens. Simultaneously. Actually, I curtsy. Yeah. I kind of like curtsy, looking dead ahead, and then I'm like, and then I stand back up. Yeah.
I tell them if you feel the need for complete honesty in these negotiations, I can make that happen.
The lizard folk queen says, "Yes, I see good deeds."
Like that?
I defer to our guests. And the Baroness says, "I have been kind."
Did you have nothing to help with? I cast it on the truth.
Yeah, you do. Can we assume that we've had a long rest in between last session and this one? Okay. Just making sure, because otherwise I had 0 spells.
Now you have 4. You're incapable of lying at this point. So negotiate.
Tell me a lie. Do you think I'm pretty?
Absolutely not. You can say it, it's all good.
The Baroness goes, "They're tasty."
I appreciate your honesty, and I take a slight step away from it.
So the Baroness has said that she's willing to make a truce. She said it was all the Baron's fault. All the wicked things that happened.
And the lizard folk queen says, "It's usually the Baroness' fault."
I look at the Shark Queen, the Baroness, hopefully, and I'm like, yes. Wouldn't you agree?
More trouble than that way, she says.
Sounds like you've both found some common ground, ladies.
see the Dragonborn? Your consort? He fled us in the middle of battle. Just left like a coward.
Sure, you had a good purpose.
All the Dragonborn in our party are just cowards.
No, he didn't!
You can't hear this. There is no way.
Like he fled. So you haven't seen him?
Yeah.
This is where I start to be like, do I tell her about Galen or do I?
Oh, I tell you, but Galen's gone. It's over. He didn't make it.
He wasn't strong enough, and neither was his loyalty.
The lizard folk queen says, he got us this for you. True.
And we are here to get you the rest of the way.
Do we hear that this is Dragon?
What?
The shark ladies.
Yeah, the Baroness is like, the gentleman with the beard. Yeah, he wasn't very tasty.
No. Cowardice never is. So, ladies, how are we feeling about this treaty?
What are your terms for each other?
The lizard folk queen says, the shark people can have the river, and we will have the marsh.
And I look at the Baroness and I say, how does that sound to you?
That's what we already have.
Is that what you want?
It's fine with me, as long as the lizard folk don't encroach.
Okay, I look back at the Queen of the Lizard Folk. Will you encroach?
The lizard folk queen says, we have no reason for traveling up your river.
So, we have an agreement?
Isn't this exactly where we started?
No.
Silence.
Wait a second.
Oh my god. I don't like that you're pointing at me.
So what are you doing when you got your bow ready? What are you keeping your eye on?
The slightest movement of the red dragon.
All right, so you're looking for a red dragon. All right.
A dangerous man.
I'd be looking for anything.
So now we'll kill the fleeing Dragonborn.
That's a good point.
No,
I'd be
kill
looking
the
for
fleeing
anything to
Dragonborn earlier.
That's actually a good point.
What's that?
That's actually a good point. I forgot.
Well, he just ran off into the sunset from a frog before,
okay.
No, he actually,
He does have the habit of turning invisible.
he went invisible. So that's the reason why we couldn't do it.
That's respectable.
All right, what is the ranger doing?
I'm polishing my crossbow or something. I don't want to get involved. I'm not involved. I'm ready in my action to yell out about how right I was and how we shouldn't have gotten involved.
So, a big fat I told you so?
So how will we keep the peace? Will you meet once a year? I'm sure there will be disagreements, things happen. You have to have something in place. So things don't just fall apart.
A negotiation. An annual negotiation. The lizard folk queen speaks up and she says, and a festival.
A festival?
A feast.
I like this.
To incentivize the peace.
I definitely like this. And then I look back at the Lizard Queen and I look to the Shark Queen and I say, and you trust that your people want to follow with this treaty. All of your people. And then I look pointedly at the Lizard Queen.
Oh, because she's had so many betrayers.
Yes.
She says, Anyone who disagrees with me will meet my blade. And she holds up her sword.
And do you both agree to honor and defend one another if there is another attempted coup? To join forces to keep the peace? No, it's not. Shut up your face. Listen, this is how we work with allies in the U.S. This is what we're going to do here in D&D. It's the
I
domino.
didn't know this was getting.
Salt marsh NATO over here.
Yes. Domino effect. If one crumbles, they all crumble. You have
As you
to...
hear Chuck, how dare you? I'm here. I should be back in Saltmarsh, not halfway across the sea. Like Greta.
Maybe you could have like a demilitarized zone along your borders, you know.
I don't think we need all that. They meet here at the reef once a year. I'll be thrilled. We don't eat each other.
I feel like
Alright.
these women are pretty practical.
What's the black dragonborn doing? Or the blue dragonborn? What are you doing?
Napping.
You're napping?
No.
All right.
Chuck is definitely looking around. He has
All right. What is
plenty of energy.
Give me a perception check from Chuck.
7 men with superior suspicion check.
16?
I'm not paying attention, but I got a passive perception of 19, I think.
So passive perception is a 19?
Yeah.
We have to get the other ones.
Chuck, notice anything?
All right. So you guys notice these two lizard folk kind of are slowly working their way up here while he's slowly been working his way backwards. At which point,
Yet another coup d'etat.
he pulls out a hand crossbow from behind his shield and he aims right at the queen's back.
Can I make a perception check to see if I notice this since I've been looking back and forth with them?
Yeah, but you're been over here negotiating now. So the 19 and the 16. Chuck got the 16. So the ranger and the sidekick see him draw out the hand crossbow and.
I'm gonna clear my throat a little. I'm gonna get ready. I'm like, oh man, it's my time to shine.
You gotta shout out, I told you so.
Yeah.
What I've seen, I'm just flying around that area.
Give me a perception check. What's Chuck gonna do?
I
Chuck
don't
yells
see
to
it.
Tristan behind you, the queen.
Alright.
The queen's behind you.
Alright, everybody roll initiative.
Down. Just making sure.
19 for Tristan.
Solid.
15. Let's go,
Well, I like it.
Alright. 24? Yep. Alright, well I think you're going first.
Alright, whatever you roll plus your destiny.
I got 15.
Alright,
Track, yep.
so the lizard folk are at a 12. Who gets a 12?
I'm at 12.
You're at a 12. So you and the lizard folk at the same time. You got the 24. What'd you get?
15.
15? 19? 5?
10.
10?
7.
7?
Southline's negotiating
Five.
exhausting.
You'll get there eventually.
Alright, so we're going Ranger, Cleric, Bard, and then the Lizard Folk, and then the Dragonborn Warlock. Tim, what was yours? Alright, so you guys are after the Lizard Folk. Then the Shark People go at 6.
So I go right before the shark people?
You're
I
7?
go after Tim?
Yeah, so you go after Tim, and then the Shark People go, and then the Druid goes.
It's under Angie. On my die. Your chair.
Oh, I got you.
Right side. On the back of the leg.
Lead away and I lead down.
If you just want to pull her down and put her prone,
Got it. Everything's great.
that's going to be an action. You actually have to force her prone. If you want to just use your interact, or you can just use your movement to get between
and do something.
Right.
I got that covered, Chief.
Alright, so you're up. Because if you step in front of her, you can give her 3/4 cover, which would give her a +4 to her armor class, and you would still have your action.
Did they shoot their shot yet?
No.
Alright. I'm gonna hold my action until after he shoots his shot, and then I'm gonna yell, I told you so.
Alright. The ranger. The ruthless ranger who cares nothing about.
We're not involved. We're supposed to be protecting Saltmarsh and all the cities from the lizard people. Instead, we have doubled the problem. Now we've added shark people into the mix. It's debatable whether we delivered the weapons that we killed a whole ship of people for in the first place.
No, we did. We delivered the weapon.
Well, for a deferred payment, that's not a payment in my book. Yeah, I'm holding my action.
Well, you would know because I'm assuming they would have talked to you. The lizard folk owe you money for the weapons and for killing the Baron, the shark folk Baron. And the shark folk owe you if the treaty is signed. So you stand to make a lot of money
If this goes through.
if the deal goes through.
How much more money can he get?
Apparently, I wasn't even going to be told about the weapons from some people. So if somebody tells me we're doing it for some kind of game, maybe they'll do something. I'm not going to do it out of the goodness of my heart, though.
Okay, well, you.
Oh yeah, this is for a really good game. It's called Survive.
I'm going to survive. That's debatable about you guys.
So are you ready?
Alright, it depends on if I know there's something to gain from this.
Yes.
You start complaining, my cannon's headed straight for your face.
Yeah, you've been gone for a few weeks. I'm sure they would have filled you in on all that. So you know there's money to be had. Probably about 2,000 gold between both factions.
Okay. Well, it's money. We've already gone out of our way.
I'll trade coins.
I'll start attacking, I guess. I'll aim at the guy with the crossbow.
Alright, you aim at the guy with the crossbow.
One person is dead.
Who I got a terrible stealth check with.
Nice.
Let's see. Is it 12 hit?
12 hits.
Alright.
Good night, sweet prince.
7.
7 damage?
Yep.
Alright, put 7 damage on the lizard folk
Still up?
champion there.
Yep. Alright. How with my multi-attack, do I have to roll again? Or is it just double the damage? With my multi-attack, do I roll again? Or
Yeah.
do another attack roll? Okay.
That's why you had the magic cross, or
Okay.
the magic crossbow, right? So you could fire more bolts in one round.
Oh, I meant with like my 5th level multi-attack. So
Oh, yeah.
let's see, that is a 15. So that'll hit.
That would hit 2.
10 more damage.
Now he's looking like he's wounded.
Well, now with my Gloomstalker extra attack,
Is he looking bloody?
another 12. So that is 10 more damage.
10 more damage?
26. He's still alive.
Yeah, he looks bloody, but he's still alive.
Well, I'll get my multi-attack off that too, since that's another attack action. 12 hits. 19. Damage.
Okay, I just said
Yeah, he looks bad off at this point.
Okay. Well, then I have my bonus action offhand attack.
With your little one-handed crossbow.
Bonus action.
That's 13.
You get 5 attacks at level 2 or 5?
Well, if I get
On
another,
the first turn.
if I get,
Holy crap!
if I get another
playing the wrong
multi-attack for my
class.
bonus
Dark. If it was dark, it would be even more because he's a Gloomstalker.
No, if it was dark, he'd just be with advantage.
Oh, that's
10 more.
Wait a second. 10 more.
56.
I casted a cloud over, so would it be dark over again?
No.
And then
That'd be like real dark.
Yeah, that ends him.
do I get a multi-attack off my bonus action attack?
This is why it pays to pay the Gloomstalker.
Pays to optimize your class now.
So that was her guard, right?
Yeah.
He was about to betray her.
So I yelled at my queen and I step between her and I say, look. Before I do anything else.
Your champion's dead.
What did we say about all of your people?
Apparently, she has a lot of different factions inside this.
What part of all did you not understand?
Yeah.
You need to start a new kingdom.
I need to
So
spell it
I
out.
read
for
it
you.
Consolidate all that power. It's just crushing.
and I ready to seize the means of production.
Alright. Put Tristan between the queen and the rest of her people. The queen calls out some lizard folks name, which apparently is this guy, and he is
Jack Jizz.
Jack Jizz. You'd be like the first guy who's banned.
No, he had an NPC. He had an NPC in another game. His name was like Jack Jizz or something. You met, he was a lizard folk. Yeah. He was one of my boys.
And when he moves up,
So these three move up and surround this guy, who appears to be trying to pick up the crossbow that the other guy dropped.
which one is?
No, he's over here. Just kind of keeping an eye out.
Why do I get to doing these peace negotiations?
All right, what was your initiative? 19. Yours is 15, right? All right.
Oh boy, I don't like this. The Sea Rangers.
There's a group of humans who pop up out of the water
Filthy human scum.
with a sorcerer behind them.
WT.
Don't worry. I got one.
And they open fire on this Hogman Baron.
Triple betrayal.
Oh, you don't even know, man.
Alright.
Water can't protect you from this place.
I knew I
That's the wrong back. Oh, that's a crit.
It was the right die. Put it back.
The rest of them sucked though.
Yeah, the rest of them all miss. But one of them gets a crit.
Dear God.
The sorcerer misses.
That's the important one.
So one more of them hits. So that's 2 hits on the Baroness.
One of which is a crit.
Yeah, so 8, 10, 11.
I think I can get there.
Plus 8 more. No, 6 more. So 17 damage on the Baroness. That could have been a lot worse.
That's completely different.
Now you're up. At which point, one of the Sahagwan shouts out, "Humans! Human betrayers!"
I'm flying like a little bit above them right now.
Yep.
And I'm going to cast Warding Wind.
Warding winds.
Yeah.
Alright. On yourself?
Yes. I'm just going to sit there in between everybody else.
What area is that surrounding you?
10 feet radius, so 5 to 10.
Alright, so you're basically like a little tornado of wind swirling around you, trying to prevent them from shooting more arrows.
Pretty much.
It's Reese interest.
Alright, and who's up? Who's our...
I think it's
Have faith in your boy.
Oh, the lizard.
If the shark folk is gone, then Tim
Is
goes.
the sorcerer not out yet?
Tim, I go after Tim. You have a turn yet?
It's a lizard folk next.
Oh yeah, so you're last. Yeah, so the lizard folk go.
I thought it was shark folk, 2 of us, then lizard.
Oh, shark folk got rid of Chuck. Chuck's gonna go after Tim before Chuck.
Then us, then shark.
Alright,
Okay,
so
whichever. I knew it was one set of baddies, us, and then them.
I think the shark folk got like a 5.
Okay.
They have disadvantage if they have a
I
ranged
had
weapon.
I had a
going
7, thank you.
alright. So these two jump down in the water and swim over to these guys.
That's it.
And they make an attack on the sorcerer, and they miss. And that was now it's the warlock's turn.
Wait, where is he?
Yeah, good question.
So you go with
The danger.
I am going to remain hidden for now.
you're gonna go after him.
A secret weapon.
I have a plan, but I'm going to remain hidden.
Alright, you're gonna remain hidden? Yes. Alright. And Tim is up.
Okay, boy, what to do? Yes.
But which?
But I don't think Tim can see the human archers down there in the water.
Load the cannon, Tim.
Yeah, sure.
You're gonna load the cannon.
Sure, why not?
Alright, put Tim next to the cannon.
I'm already next.
There we go. Alright. And
Put it next to a board. Just put him in. Shove him in.
shove him in the cannon. There you go. Alright, what is Chuck doing? And then
Chuck and then me. Okay, that works.
So
Back in the initiative.
there's still a bad guy, or did they subdue the other?
The other lizard guys tried to pick up the crossbow.
yeah.
No, there's still a bad guy.
The one in the middle he appeared to be working along with this guy. Chuck's gonna shoot him. Alright.
So, are all of those guys hostile there?
No, just the one.
Just the one. Okay.
Guessing the 7 doesn't close.
7 doesn't hit. Alright, so that's Chuck. Now Sal's up.
Alright.
Now Sal's in a spot where he can see the mercenary archers down there.
What's the shark lady have to say?
Then you damage.
She's ordering her men to attack these guys.
At least they're not killing each other.
5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Plus.
Yes.
Plus.
Alright.
5 plus 7.
I guess I'll just go for
16 beat 6.
Scorching Ray.
Who are you targeting with your scorching ray?
I'm gonna do it at level 2.
5 times 8.
Oh, you know, Chuck's got
For level 3.
And if I undersmart, plus 2 d6.
Plus 4 times.
So ring a spell.
Down the
It's gonna do
plus my charisma modifier plus 6. Plus 6 damage.
I'm gonna go for that guy in there. Actually, they should do this. I'm gonna start with the sorcerer.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw the. Do I need to name all of them immediately, or can I do it one at a time?
Just fire your first one. Alright, so you're firing the first one with the sorcerer?
Yeah. Okay, that's a 20 to hit, 30, 20 to hit.
You hit.
Alright, so that's
What'd you hit?
first I'm going after that.
Magic Man. Sal over 5 because that would actually hit
Okay, so that's a 5 damage to him. I'm gonna throw another one at him. It's a 16 to hit.
16 hits it.
3 more damage, so that's 8 from the roll. I'm gonna throw the third one at him. Hold on, actually, that's a 24 to hit, so that's fine.
It does have disadvantage from the word input. It says ranged weapon attacks have disadvantage if they pass their ally.
How far, where are you hovering on that?
Right there.
Yeah, but does magic affect you?
And
That's what I was asking.
I don't think so. I don't know. That'd be interesting, right?
Let's see. So,
I would say for 80, so just pass through.
well, it says ranged weapons. It should affect spells too.
I mean,
So
that
I would
definitely
say
goes through it, yeah.
Yeah. So
All right.
you could always jump down in the water.
You could get that one Arrowman.
All right. I can redirect that, but instead of
Or-
going for the sorcerer, I can just go straight across with that guy.
How big is that gap? Is that a 5 or 15, or 10 or 15 foot gap?
15.
10 to 15.
Oh wait, there's overhang, so I guess it'd be 10.
Around 10.
10. What's your strength?
I think I can jump 10 feet. Pretty sure it's 10.
If you have a 10 strength, you can jump 10 feet. So you could run and jump and land over here, and then you wouldn't be.
Sure, I'll do that. Yeah. Are you keeping track of my damage?
Like 8.
Is that 8? Okay.
You're at 8 plus whatever the next.
5 was 13. So 13. I'm doing this at third level. 6. Twice today. 19 damage.
19 total?
Yeah.
Or actually,
That's my way.
Dang.
You want to try mine?
The sorcerer's looking kind of rough there. Alright, and so Sal's
That one likes me.
rapid firing bolts of fire at the sorcerer.
Not like somebody.
Yeah.
Oh wait, actually the shark people are up.
Oh no, sure.
At which point the Baroness and her guard, they move 5 feet this way and then turn and run and jump over the gap. So they all fall back over there.
So they go back to their people?
Yep.
Good. Stay safe.
Yeah,
Stay back.
okay. Good.
And then you also see 3 sharks show up over there.
White.
like what, around here?
I mean, they're underwater, of course. You can see their dorsal fins, you know. Well, Sahubin can talk to sharks. Alright, so.
Me too. Back to the top.
Druid and Barbarian get to go.
Back. Do we go at the same time?
Yeah, you guys, whichever one wants to go first.
Okay. Alright. Seeing the lizard guy trying to pick up the arrow, I cast my lightning bolt, so everyone's within a 5 feet
The
radius.
rest of them are good guys.
Well, how do we know? Because we all they all went for the weapon.
They went for him, and he's going for the weapon.
Yeah. Gotta do something.
Acceptable
I'll let him
casualties.
sort them out.
Might be able to see all those health.
It's acceptable casualties.
Sure. Water on the other side.
Send them all to hell.
Yeah, if I squat. Well, I'm a dwarf, so I might not be
You
able.
might still need to squat
But
down.
I got his.
But if it comes from the sky, if it's
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
the clouds.
Yeah, the lightning strikes from your cloud.
So can I see the wizard?
You can definitely squat down.
And if you move like here, you could.
That's like 60 feet.
Right here. Right here. If you move right here, yeah,
Well,
you can see it.
Oh, you're not. So you're. I'm thinking you're a different phase.
Sorry for my butt in your face. Okay.
You can get around that.
No, McGlynn, no.
What's happening? What in the world?
We're trying to see if I can see the wizard guy back there.
I bet.
No, McGlynn, no.
McGlenn is here?
Yeah.
Hey!
Baby shark.
What's up, my dude?
You want the last nudge?
Yeah, so you can see this. You'd be able to see him. If you hit him, you hit.
Yeah.
deal 5 damage to everybody around you. Right?
Like, the thing about being an adult is that I can eat chicken nuggets every day for the rest of my life. But the question is,
Okay, so yeah.
You should. Chicken is good.
That's what I say about gushers. I was never allowed to have gushers as a kid, so now that I'm an adult, I eat them all the time.
All right, take that. So they're gonna have to make a saving throw.
Yes, make a saving throw.
Against the chicken convention.
3 of them, because it's a 10-foot,
5 foot.
5-foot radius.
Yeah, 5 gushers rolling out. Anybody within 5 foot radius dexterity.
Alright, the dark-skinned archer female, she saves. The other 2 take full damage.
Okay.
Roll your damage.
Oh my goodness. It's too strong for him. It's too rich. I can't eat chocolate either for the same reason. Like I can have super dark chocolate, but like if it's sweet, like milk chocolate, it makes me sick. Is there anything else?
I don't like milk chocolate very much.
12 damage?
But the hazelnut and the Nutella, like, and then I'll put it on.
Alright, so his lightning bolt destroys the 2 that are closest to you. Yep.
Yeah.
Those 2.
Just incinerate some.
Yeah. I mean, plus they're in the water too, so they just kind of.
If the other ones, maybe they feel sick back.
Yep.
Yeah.
So she's got 6 damage on her. And our barbarian is up. What are you doing?
Well, waking up first and then finding out that things are going towards
And they're going down.
blowing up. So, I'm gonna move to the cannon. What are the steps on the cannon? How far away are we?
It takes 3 actions: one to load, 1 to aim, and 1 to fire.
Yeah, so the action's been done on it already?
Yeah, loaded.
Tim loaded it.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
You see Tim like standing on the railing. He's like running the.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and try to aim at something.
Aim at what?
All right, what are you gonna aim at?
So, me and myself can personally see these guys, but can I aim that thing towards somebody? Is that just not?
Yeah, shoot him up
can I
over.
order it?
Make a parabola?
Kobe's for accuracy, Yeats for distance. Just aim it up and try to.
I mean, you're a barbarian. You're strong enough that you could probably just like hoist the cannon up.
I was just gonna say, can you just throw the cannonball at himself?
Like a shot.
Because I mean, pretty much to like lob it there, you're gonna have to shoot it.
Yeah.
What did you look for?
Yeah.
All right. So Tim's on the end of the barrel loading it, and the barbarian just picks it up and points it towards the sky.
Tristan goes to the one.
I can imagine.
Check this out. Let's do this.
How's the conversation happening there?
What? What are you doing?
I go to her, and you thought we weren't going to earn our
At
money.
least let me off first, bro.
You ever want to see a midget fly?
Can you fly, Bobby?
All right, and then back to the top with the ranger. What are you doing?
All right.
Technically, you could fire the cannon.
I could fire the cannon, or I could shoot the lizard folk 3 times.
But we don't know if they're good or bad. That's the thing.
Oh, he's gonna pick up the bow.
We know the one is bad.
Crossbow.
Shoot it.
Did we kill that guy?
Nah, there's still one battle.
No, we
still
killed
a
the
bad
one
one?
that stepped back and started shooting.
I'll shoot the cannon, I guess. Shoot it.
Give it a peer pressure.
I'll shoot the
That is
cannon.
one thing our
All right, you're gonna fire the cannon. All right. You're holding the cannon.
All right.
Boom.
Hang on.
When it goes through the deck?
Jay, stop sabotaging our DM.
I'm not. I'm just
What
asking.
are you holding like a shoulder, like an RPG?
When it goes through the deck?
He's probably got it like this.
Got it like this.
No, stick it again.
Tearing his tail.
Like a crank.
Yeah.
All right, so the ranger runs over there and he pulls the cord to fire the cannon. Let's. Tim hops out of the way just in time. Roll with disadvantage because this is not how you really fire a cannon.
Yeah, that's really how it works with the mortar.
I mean, that is how a mortar works, but this is
gonna be a blast.
Oh no.
He's really blowing up your spot.
Comes right down to the boat, doesn't it?
Alright, he gets in that one. The cannonball goes straight up in the air, comes right back down on the boat, punches a big old hole in the deck.
Boom. All the way through?
Well, I tried.
Not all the way through, but down to the lower deck.
Does the cannon go through the deck as well?
And you wonder why I want to do
No,
my
it's
own
just a
thing.
cannonball.
And then I'm just gonna Hunter's Mark the bad lizard marks.
I'm making us look bad.
All I'm saying is every time I fired the cannon, I've hit something.
Dang.
And what do you call this time?
Not hitting the boat.
I don't know anything to go forward with this. I just like it now.
Alright, Tristan's up.
Because I'm very frustrated.
So I say to the queen, do you want to go back to the boat? Or do you want to stay here with me?
There's a big hole in the boat now. I don't know if you want to come here.
It's not that big a hole. We're not sinking.
It's big from where I'm standing, right next to me. Sorry doesn't pay our insurance premium.
You're gonna complain like that.
What
Just jump in.
insurance?
The queen says,
And what is insurance?
Or the deductible, which is probably a bigger problem.
Never you mind, Geico.
the queen says,
I know.
I'll die fighting, and she jumps in the water.
Okay, sure.
Oh, I'm waiting for a spell slot for
That's
this.
cool. Why can go there?
She would.
She jumps in the water, yeah.
It's so much to protect her. You gave her cover. I don't want to be a tornado.
What? So I can't really see how many of them are grouped together within a 5-foot radius over here that are bad.
3 of them. 5. And there are 2 lizard folk and there are 2 archers.
If you're looking at a point with a 5-foot radius, it would be 4 of them. If
Four
it's
bad
a,
ones?
yeah. If it's an area, if it's a square with a 5-foot radius, then you get all 5 of them.
Yeah, that's a point.
Okay, so you get 4 of them.
Call lightning.
Another bolt comes flying down from the sky.
Deck saves.
Deck saves.
And the what?
Alright, does that include the sorcerer in there? Yep, it does. Alright, so the sorcerer makes the save, but he was already wounded. I think that's going to end him.
Alright, sounds good.
And they're rolled to me. Or this one already said no. Alright, the other 3 go down as well.
Alright,
So they're dead?
Who's this
Yeah.
fat guy with the hat?
What's that?
Who's the fat guy with the hat?
That's the ranger.
Oh, okay.
I am just a human, thank you. It's not my fault the rest of the party is littler folk.
Oh, I didn't realize there was a lizard folk good guy.
Yeah, there were 2 of them in that area. So. You got one.
Man, and that would have been good too because they were all.
Hey, such is level 4.
Holy cow. So the cleric and the druid are just raining lightning down from the sky.
Committing war crimes, killing innocents.
Geneva Convention.
Acceptable casualty.
Wait,
Friendly fire.
what happened to the treaty forming the NATO with lizard men and shark folk?
We don't need it. Like the guy in Pale Rider calling out Creature.
The Geneva Convention doesn't exist yet.
Alright, so that's the end of the mercenaries there. Right? There's just one little lizard folk over there. Alright, he swims over towards his queen. The queen meets him over there near the bar.
I kind of looked at him like, what are you doing?
Stab her to death?
She was gonna go attack him, but then you just blasted him out of the
What are
sky.
you doing?
She looks up at you and says, "Well done, priest."
I'm gonna go fight. No need.
Alright. You do notice, because you're like friendly with fish, that the sharks over there are looking eager to go chomp on some lizard meat. But I mean, that's just their natural instinct.
As I whip around and go,
Can you
you
Aquaman
promise.
You say that to the Baroness?
Yeah.
She looks like she's just in a defensive posture. She's ready to protect herself. She doesn't know where these humans came from. For all she knows, they're with you, and you're the betrayer.
I took care of them.
All right, so that was the lizard folk.
Are there any bad guys left? There's only two, right? This one right here.
I'm gonna do what I sent you in a message.
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh, great.
Maybe I want to succeed.
Yeah.
Do you deal with a lot of metagamers? Is that why all the secrecy?
Yeah. Actually, get ready.
I'm going to cast Disney Whispers on the last one.
I feel. Is that acceptable? Okay.
Perhaps.
Oh, my Glenn, if only. If only.
Yeah. Yes, the last one has to make a wisdom saving throw.
which one? Oh, the remaining
Bad.
lizard folk betrayer. He fails his save. What have you done to his poor brain?
He has to run away now. Disney Whispers.
Oh, dissonant whispers.
That's a lot of damage.
14.
14 damage.
And he has to run away. So he has to get
This
3
one up here.
opportunity attacks.
Okay.
Where does he run?
Away from me.
Yeah, he's going to come this way.
So he gets 3 opportunity attacks.
So he can move 30 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Gets him onto the edge up here.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, he's...
And he takes 3 opportunities.
Oh yeah? I mean, you left their attack range.
It's forced movement, technically.
Force movement, I know, yeah.
I learned that when I built a grappler character. Because I wanted to like drag him through the whole party.
Yeah.
No, can't do it.
Alright, so now the Dragonborn Warlock is up.
I told you what I would do.
Alright,
When he,
Tim, you're up.
It's exciting for me. That's all I care about.
It's exciting for me, too.
Oh, so we don't know what you're doing yet then.
Right.
Oh, okay.
he could be killing everybody.
No, you cannot see.
Drat.
My 19 passive perception doesn't see anything.
Nope.
I'm gonna ready myself for seeing it.
You're ready yourself for seeing, so you're just looking around.
I'm going to shoot his head off.
Alright.
Chuck, see him at all?
Don't be that guy.
Not only will I be that guy, I will be that guy aggressively.
Okay.
Alright. Chuck does not see him either.
Is there
Is he in the sky? Yeah.
I think you guys took out the mercenaries. And the
Lizard guy right there, that's the last one.
yeah, the lizard folk is running away.
Chuck pulls out his newfound ring of spell storing from Galen Slime Water and magic missiles.
Is that in range? What's the range on magic
guy?
It's
missile?
like 120 feet.
Is it really? Alright.
Is magic missile? Sorcerer's nodding yes.
Alright. So Chuck, for his first time ever,
He's very excited.
pulls on the
He's like, this might be better than drinking.
Enthusiastically starts spelling.
pulls on the weave of magic and sends 3 eldritch bolts flying at the
6.
Nice.
10.
Apparently Chuck's better at that than he is at shooting the crossbow.
Oh, that's a pretty low bar to set.
It's all his excitement, you know.
Although he has managed to stay alive this entire campaign with a 12 AC and 20 hit points. And yeah, I died and 20 hit points.
Well, he never does enough damage to anybody to make me target him. Because typically the bad guys target whoever does the most damage or whoever looks the most intimidating.
And I'm really
The closest thing you have to Satan.
Alright, so that was Chuck. Now we're at the Barbarian and the Druid. What are you guys doing?
Okay, so you don't have anybody left do we, to attack.
I mean, you can attack shark people if you really want to.
We got to look out for a the guy here.
Looking around for this deal. You can't make it rain, can you? Can you make it rain?
No.
No reputation.
I don't know. You can't cast Fairy Fire.
That's what I was looking at.
Where?
Yeah, exactly.
Everywhere.
Although you cast it, and he cast
Just
it.
spread around.
And nowhere to hide.
It's only a 60
Tempest
foot.
Carrot. I must be able to make it rain.
It's only a 60-foot range. 20-foot cube.
Yep. So you could, if you want to burn the spell slot, you can just pick a 20-foot cube and cast Fairy Fire on it. And if he happens to be in that spot, you would light him up.
You can get all these people.
Maybe somewhere near the wings.
Like you cast it over there, and then the bard can cast it over there.
Yeah, I cast it towards the shark people.
Alright, you cast it towards shark people?
Yeah.
Alright, pick out which spot where you're going to put it.
So now we're playing Battleship.
Exactly.
Wherever you can capture the most people.
C4.
A17.
Right there. That's great.
You only see
Yeah, it's a 20-foot cube.
Yeah, so it's 4 squares by 4 squares.
Okay.
Oh.
So it's basically that first group. I cast it.
Alright, so
That
that,
first.
yep. So basically that's going to hit everybody from the first guy from the back row forward. So all 4 of those,
Yeah.
including the Baroness, they're all lit with Fairy Fire. So they have advantage to be hit.
Even by the enemy.
At which point the Baroness looks over at you and says, "What are you doing?"
I am trying to see where this Dragonborn character is, because he has not shown himself.
Dragonborn.
Yeah, the guy who disappeared with our fight, with your husband.
I don't think she saw him. Because he took off before.
Yeah, before the Baron came in.
He's very red and very invisible. I did before you guys killed the shaman.
Yeah.
So at that point, then she like starts barking orders at her shark people to keep their eyes out for invisible folk.
Can I suggest that, or would it be possible that she could also maybe like tell the sharks to smell her? Because like they would be much more likely to notice if he was there. Or they have, what is it? They have like an electromagnetic impulse where they would be more likely to be sensitive to that. So, yeah,
I used to know the name for it.
you know what I'm talking about?
Pores on their noses.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if maybe she
Vibration.
can kind of like
Yeah.
tell the sharks to also start circling and looking.
Alright, so the dark one, she basically gives a command. It does a lap, basically, up to the Lizard Queen and back. Yep. And then the 2 blue ones swim out towards the ship, and one goes right, one goes left, and they kind of circle. So they're swimming around looking for the invisible culprits. And Barbarian, you're up. Okay. And boom, the cannon hits the deck.
Whoops, it falls to the floor.
I'm going to try to get to however far it went down and fix
Alright, so you're gonna go start patching the hole?
Yeah.
Alright.
He just jumps down the hole. It's like, nope, whoops, now here.
Well, at
Alright,
least
so
he's not running from battle.
So, are you gonna go through the hole down into the captain's quarters?
Yeah, he's not that smart, like I told you.
Okay, so he just climbs through the hole in the floor.
Yeah.
All right. What's your passive perception?
Oh boy.
He's in there. No metagaming though.
I don't like that roll he just had. Red smile back. You know you do.
What's your armor class?
I think it's a
69.
What? It's a 14.
14. All right. So you just get. You jump down in the hole. You're looking up at the hole, trying to figure out how you're going to fix this thing. You go to start looking around the room, and all of a sudden you see a guy standing there in a green cloak, and he just stabs you twice.
Oh no.
So that's 18 plus 6. That's 24 damage.
Cool. That's been shanked in like 18 times.
That guy.
Who's that guy?
Who is that?
He's working with these guys.
Oh. We surely would have checked her home book for me.
Okay.
I'm sure you did.
Sure you did.
See, that's where I made a mistake.
The druid's not the only one who can cast Pass Without Trace.
Please tell me you can just squash this.
Where's the Dragonborn Barbarians miniature?
Inside.
Oh, you put it in there?
Well, I put it at the door.
Oh, okay. Here, we'll just put their little battle down.
Okay.
Little mono a dragon, I guess.
Sounds like stabbing's happening below me.
So,
Stab never happened.
so what I'm going to do is first use my not reaction, but bonus action to turn on a rage. And with the turning on a rage, it needs to do dex save.
Put one on the camera, Barbarian? Yeah. Yep. So, the lightning surges from the blue Dragonborn as he rages. And the bad guy makes a saving throw against that, is that right?
He's supposed to be making a saving throw. Yeah.
Alright, he fails.
Excellent. So,
Get him. Eat his face.
Kill him.
He has a surprised look on his face as you're not dead because he just stabbed you twice.
For a lot of damage.
For a lot of damage. And your lightning just erupts from your dragon flesh and darts up his sword and zaps him. How much damage does it do?
so that is 6.
Alright. Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and use my great sword on him.
Get 2 attacks for that. That one's not going to hit. 11's not going to hit. That's a crit though. Yeah.
That makes up for it.
King of death.
I said that last time.
Maybe not.
And 2 more of those.
I said one of the sharks that fought him, and then Tim took the king's head.
Should have worn like a meat suit.
8 plus 5 means 13.
Yeah.
Just wanted the whole stuff.
Take off the head, you just
Alright, so we're at
get in
15,
there.
18 total?
Wear like a mecha or whatever.
Alright. So yeah.
Used a guy enough to kill him.
Oh. You say he lost his head.
Special, is he like a demon or something? Something like that.
No, he's just a human. He looks very ranger-y, like. He also looks very bloody from your big old sword.
Planning something
Took
again.
a gash out of his.
I mean, these things are usually like about great sword typically supposed to be like
You like a shame.
Yes.
There it is. Speak of the devil.
Alright, so now we're back to the top with our ranger.
Ranger.
Wait, you're back to I didn't.
Did we
Oh,
skip
he was
you?
the very last one to go?
Yeah, did we skip you?
I have not gone since I attacked this one.
I think we skipped you.
Okay.
My bad.
It's okay. Alright. So there's no one left over here to go, right?
Unless you want to start attacking the shark people or the lizard people.
No. Okay, I'm gonna try because I don't know what's going on the boat. I'm assuming we haven't heard anything, right?
If there are no witnesses.
Like I'm assuming I don't hear anything from what's
For the
going on.
barbarian rage, did you let it? Well, you also surged lightning out of yourself. So I'm assuming you've heard
Lightning came out of the hole. It's like,
like a big old flash of light.
It wasn't me.
There's windows into the cabin, so you can see the light flashing inside the cabin.
Okay,
Shortly before that, you hear me yell, sounds like someone got stabbed right below me.
It was a dragonborn. Somehow.
alright.
Then I looked through the hole at my feet and said, wow, someone did get stabbed right below me.
I'm gonna look at the two women in charge and say, are these negotiations going to continue? Are we still discussing peace?
Negotiations never happened.
Did he show himself?
Not yet. The queen.
It's a Star Wars Episode 1 reference.
The queen calls up.
Yeah, I know. I love that movie though.
The queen calls up to you and she says, we've offered our peace.
Okay. On that note, I'm gonna turn and can I try and shoot a firebolt into that window?
Sure. I don't know if you're gonna hit anything, but you're just gonna blind fire into the window.
Yep, pretty much.
All right, roll with disadvantage. See what you hit.
this is where Sal burns our ship.
You guys love destroying our ship.
Hey, it's end game, man.
All right, Mike. Are you odd or even?
Odd.
I'm gonna use your tower.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So if she hits you.
Okay.
It's a 10.
A 10? Alright. A firebolt breaks the window and those motes of fire flies past your face.
Now the ship
As a bonus action, would talking to those women be my bonus action?
No, that'd just be your action. Like, that'd be part of your action.
If I knew this was happening this last day, we wouldn't have really met this.
As a bonus action, can I try to like feel with Arcana to see if there's any mystical energy like shrouding somebody? Also, did you roll for wild magic on my last spells?
Yes, I was wrong.
Okay. Just make sure.
Yeah. If someone's fully invisible, you would know enough about magic because you could cast second level spells.
Yeah.
You would know
I
enough
cast
about
third.
Yeah. You would know enough about it.
Right.
You know enough about invisibility to know that there's not really a way to detect it without like some other magic like fairy fire or sea invisibility or yeah.
Okay. Alright, then that's it.
Alright. So Sal just launches a firebolt, almost hits the barbarian. And now we're back to the top. Ranger, what are you doing?
Not really a boss.
Peeking through the hole, shooting the guy in green.
You're shooting what?
Shooting the guy in green.
Okay, yeah, so you go over to the hole and you look down and
Yeah.
see the barbarian trying to stab this guy.
Yeah.
Alright.
16.
That hits.
Six damage.
Oh, 6 damage? Okay. He's still there.
Alright. Multi-attack.
So the barbarian sees a crossbow bolt zing down through the hole and hit the guy in front of him. 15 hits.
16.
16 damage? Yep. Alright. Yeah, he's looking
That's 22 total so far.
he's looking like in the worst way. You don't think there's much left in this guy.
Third attack then.
He's kind of staggering back.
No mercy.
17.
Hits.
8 more damage.
Just describe how you kill him.
I'll just shoot him through the head. It'll be quick and painless.
I've got it. As the arrow goes through his head, splits.
That's in half?
Yeah.
That's a big arrow.
At the very least, it's that.
No, he shoots one arrow into the guy and then shoots directly into the back of that arrow and just pushes the other one out.
I just do that 3 times.
You know what? That's much better.
All right. What's Tristan doing?
Like something splitting an arrow or a head.
Is there anybody else?
Both. That's what the third one does.
I mean, there's a lot of shark people over there that are glowing and easy to hit.
You're trying so hard.
There it is. Lovely. There's 2 guys. Yeah. No. They were told by the druid to look for the invisible guy. So. Yeah.
Kneels down and prays to his god.
Puts his ear to the ground.
He says he knows that there's somebody here.
You can feel it in his
Prays
bones.
for help.
Praise for help. All right.
Right, Cthulhu, strike down my enemies.
Do you have? Are you high enough level to get the what's the cleric ability? The Divine Intervention. Do you have that yet?
No. I think it's level 10.
It's level 10. Okay.
He just, how about he prays
He prays for the rain. Give me a wisdom check. If you roll a nat 20, I'm going to say that your god made the pitch and it starts to rain.
Pretty good odds.
Nope. Alright. So, let's see. So it's the lizard folk's turn, right?
Yes.
Alright, so the queen comes back up next to Tristan since there's nothing to fight in the water, and she's a little uncomfortable with the sharks, as does her guard.
I would be too.
Stay up here until I tell you to go anywhere, okay?
And yeah, everybody else is just keeping eyes peeled, pointing spears and tridents in every direction. The sharks continue to circle. What are you doing?
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
You're gonna cast Detect Magic, alright? What's the range on Detect Magic?
30 feet.
30 feet.
600 feet.
And a spear.
Alright.
Where's demon powers kick in?
That's like a quarter mile. You detect magic in a quarter mile.
Let's see.
Radar.
Well, you detect evocation magic that just launched out of the sorcerer's hand. And I think that's the only magic you can. Oh, actually, the cleric's still concentrating on his
The rain.
his lightning spell, right? So the cleric's.
I'll just fly over that way. You know?
Which way are you gonna fly?
That way. Yeah.
And he can move.
Cleric's just making a thunderstorm. He knows it's going to rain at any moment.
Alright, you don't detect any magic this direction.
That's all I can do right now.
Alright.
You're just flying.
Thunderstorm. Oh, let me just start flying around.
Alright. And where are we at?
The lizard, I think it's my turn.
Your turn, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Oh.
Yeah. And I appear, and my like legs up on the cannon here.
shoot him.
And I yell, "For the glory of all the lizard folk!" And I light it, and I fire that cannonball right here.
Takes 3 turns.
Can I shoot? That's what I was doing while I was
Invisible. He was doing while he was invisible.
Can I shoot him before he does that?
Sure, you
No.
can hold an action.
No.
Yeah, you held that action for so
Keep the
long.
lizard folk
What?
pure.
Wait, what did you do last round?
Held an action.
Held an action to shoot him.
Wait.
Yep. Fire.
Racial killers.
I would say he doesn't get the fire with an arrow in him.
Well, depending on how determined he is to make his
What's your
race.
plus?
So 23 total.
23 total, yeah. Alright.
Makes you
And he's within range of an outlet.
shark genocide.
I don't know if it works for ranged attack.
5 damage.
No sneak attack damage?
Oh, that's right.
Y'all committed regicide. I just realized that.
Where are you?
No, it has to be near the target.
I mean, he's relatively near. He's like 20 feet away.
Really? Was he stepped out an ally?
Well, yeah, the ally has to be within 5 feet of the target. That's not 5 feet. That's like 20 feet.
Unless you count the cannon as an ally.
It is our cannon.
Anyway, so I'm firing my cannon over here.
Has a minute passed.
No, you start your spell going.
Gonna commit 2 acts of regicide.
Alright. Fire. Roll to hit.
All right, all 5 of them. I mean, what do I add as my modifier?
Just your
Like my normal roll to hit.
your dexterity.
Dexterity would be 11.
11?
Yeah.
Hold on.
You whiff.
Yeah, you miss.
Okay.
Boom! The cannon goes off. Cannonball flies right beside the Baroness. Goes zigging towards the coast.
Run.
Who's that guy?
That's who we're trying to kill.
Oh.
And I'm like, give him my queen, they were gonna betray you.
Was Tristan holding an action?
I don't think so.
What did Tristan do?
He didn't do anything.
He was over there. But this man like.
Oh, he was just praying. That's what it was.
Yeah,
So Chuck
Tristan
still got
playing.
right?
Chuck didn't do anything.
Chuck got it.
Yeah, Chuck gets to go.
Yes, he arrives.
Does a 14 hit you?
No,
Chuck's not gonna magic missile
not even
again.
close.
Oh, well, that's true. Chuck does have a spell.
Chuck found out he's a wizard.
It's true.
He's
Chuck
no
magic
longer a
missiles.
ranger.
I'm a wizard. Alright, yeah, take one of these.
38.
You can still make it.
10.
You're at 33 now. Never mind, you're at 23 now.
All right.
Alright, so Chuck fires his magic missiles from his newfound ring.
He holds it up and he goes, remember this?
No?
It was Galen's.
Oh.
Alright. Backwaters. And now Sal is up,
I wonder if I could have got inspiration.
followed by the Druid and Barbarian.
Alright. First, I'm going to advise the shark people to. Actually, no, I'm going to do. So 10. Jumping across. Is that.
So you have to have a 10-foot running start to do that. So that's going to use 10 feet. That's pretty much going to use all your movement to get to there. You gotta come 10 feet this way, run 10 feet back, and then jump 10.
Alright, as I do that, I'm going to yell to the shark people to get in the water. And then I'm going to kill.
And then the shark people call back to you. How do we trust you now?
Why?
Because we told you to look for that idiot so we could kill him.
You should just go watch this.
Yeah, that too.
I'll prove it to you. I got a great magic trick.
I turned to the queen and I said, if I get him behind us, I should try to throw that.
The queen says to you.
What?
He said that they would betray us.
So it was you.
No, the shark people. He says the shark people would betray us.
Alright, so I'm gonna
Looks
cast
like the
Feather.
lizard people betrayed you.
So far, it looks like your friend's making all the problems.
Alright.
Although she was truthful in the zone, so this has to be all yours.
Maybe you should remind her of that.
That's true. You were.
So you can tell her that next turn. Alright. So what is Sal blasting the Dragonborn trader with?
I'm gonna hit him with a chromatic orb at level 3.
Going all out.
I really hate you.
You have heavy armor on, right?
No, medium armor.
Medium, but it's metal.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool, that's a 22 to hit.
I'm going to cast a shield, and that will not hit.
You can still make it out with the chief.
I have
One spell is 2 different targets.
quicken still.
Quicken might be. You can quicken a cantrip.
Yeah, but do I really want to waste that?
You don't waste a cantrip.
No, but the quicken.
Oh.
Yeah, I might as well.
I guess so.
So what does shield put your armor class up to?
23.
Are you effing kidding me?
23.
Oh man, can I use the thing where I roll with advantage? I want to kill you so bad.
Times of chaos.
Stupid.
That's true. You can pull Tides of Chaos and roll with advantage.
Wait, that's a +6. So that was so it's a 23 hit. Does it go to the defender or the attacker?
Yes.
You hit with the 23.
Ha ha! Yes. Okay. I've been
What are you
adding
shooting
the
me
wrong
with?
modifier. I'm using an acid-based chromatic.
Okay. Oh, she's the belt.
Are you resistant?
Use red Dragonborn.
Wait,
Should roll chromatic dragon. Look, guys, I'm a blessing. What color are you? Yes. Yes, indeed.
So that's gonna be.
The best thing you can do is cast Fairy Fire.
23.
Yeah.
Bro, I must be killed. He just ran.
16.
I've already given enough clemency to cowards.
Okay, so that's a 19 damage.
Because
That's it.
One of y'all can cast
And then I'm gonna use quicken spell, firebolt. That's it, that's another 23.
Alright.
Did you just use your Tides of Chaos in order to hit?
No.
Okay.
But I could.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
These are J's.
What? Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Reptisarian, exactly my favorite thing.
But instead of using, wait, you're red. So instead of using the firebolt, I'm gonna do Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost?
Yeah.
Does that reach?
That's what I want to find out.
We can say yes.
65? 60?
Step up on those rocks.
But you're not moving.
5 feet.
Yeah, but you did the lawn.
We can say, like, you hit.
Okay.
Let's just say, like,
I don't know.
What's up?
And then she jumped.
she's 5 feet out and killing me.
What, she's sitting right on
Maybe.
Yeah, she did.
5 more damage.
5 feet out and killing me.
Before walking 15 back. Yeah.
How do you
Jump
kill
and
me?
take up all of your
Oh, yeah, 5.
Wait, really? You're gonna give me this?
Yeah!
Okay.
Oh, 4 health left. You did 5 damage.
Alright.
What is this? Yo, Bruce.
Bro, it's hot, bro.
I say,
Penultimate. Ready to clip it, recline it.
I have the perfect use for this. And I'll tell you, kill it.
Well, if she hadn't killed you, I was going to pull that thing out.
I say, rest in pieces. And then I shoot it directly at your face. And shatter your head with my
Keep me down.
Okay, that sounds like
yeah.
Then I yell out as you're dying, it's dragging on a stick tonight for dinner.
Back on the menu.
yes.
And now I'm gonna turn back to them and go, that's how you know you can trust me.
You just murdered a fool.
Yeah, the guy who tried to kill the shark people, I just took him out. Yeah. Ooh, I wanna be that guy.
It's great.
All right, so
And I don't even get the opportunity to scream as my head gets frozen and then blown up in ice. Thank you, guys.
thank you.
We're going to scream at the scale of brown water.
You have the box, right?
No, it wouldn't be Prime Water. He never says it right.
It would have been something. I keep trying to say crowd water.
Yes.
Last thing
Backwater.
Last thing you hear.
Just if you hadn't killed him right then, I was gonna pull out that giant like crocodile monster.
Well, that would have been cool.
You should still do it.
No thanks.
What that was
Blessing
like
from a blessing
Yeah,
from Tiamat.
one of his minions. Yeah.
Would have been fine as long as it's not a frog monster. Even then.
You hold person. No, you can't hold person.
All right, so
Turn to the queen and I tell her she couldn't apply these.
Get me my money.
all right, so you remind the queen that of the zone of truth. So, all right, so you guys get to wrap up the story. This is the end.
Double the money.
What happens between the lizard people and the shark people and the town of Saltmarsh?
The two leaders actually end up falling in love.
No, they're not a fan fiction.
They form a wonderful peace treaty and find a new way of forming bonds with the people of Saltmarsh.
And that's how Moses songs are made.
What's
Everybody lives happily ever after.
And no, the people of Saltmarsh actually start hunting the sharks for parts. I don't know, to harvest
And there's your
shark
roll for
meat.
that. That is the
and
way.
cheese.
Bro, what are they?
Yes.
What are they
They want to
Chinese?
they want to make soup out of them. I don't know. He said it. And the people, the lizard folk and the shark people rise up and riot against the people of Saltmarsh. There ends up being an epic war. Sal dies because he took over Galen's place, and now Saltmarsh is run by lizard folk.
No.
Hell, if I did nothing, it would have worked out the way I wanted it to.
Almost.
Almost.
I
I
start
don't
a
know,
small
man.
fire and I go to the queen.
Someone else
It's dragging me
definitely-
tonight.
definitely change that. 'Cause
I
that
wanted
was-
both sides to die.
Yeah. So
I was
in
looking
my
out for your
my
interests.
dwarven community.
I'm not sure what just happened.
No, let's be honest. I went back to my lady, lived in the castle with her, and like spent the rest of my days just in peace, drawing comics,
Double the pay.
creating the most highly published comic in the history of books. The first ever comic book, the best ever book. The end.
the first ever
Action
comic
Comics
book in
number one.
Greyhawk.
Number one. Action Comics number one.
Tilda and I have beautiful babies together.
Tilda was like 600 years old.
Yeah, she was like a fine wine, man.
To keep the peace going, I assured the queens that I could get them all the jewels that Backwater was giving them. Because it was my people that was actually making them, and it was Backwater that was backhanding my people to get them the treasures that they desired.
Alright, so the dwarf, to ensure peace, provides riches to both the Baroness and the Queen. Alright. And there's the lizard folk dwell peacefully in the salt marsh, and the Sahagwans dwell peacefully on the river.
Yeah. We created a peace treaty.
Other than there being nothing
You
in
go
writing.
full demon, I'm sure.
Well, now you worked for the Brotherhood, right?
Yeah, I still have 1.2K with gold in the bank. I can bankroll it now.
So, with Galen Primewater out of the way, that gives the Brotherhood a foothold in Saltmarsh. Except for you no longer look human.
What can I say? I had a horn on my head. Of course, I didn't look human.
Do you go back to the shop again just because?
So is
I'm
Sal
gonna need
still
another point of charisma for this one.
Is Sal still going to take Galen's place as the leader of the
I'll take the
people?
place while she's making comics.
No, man, that's like, look, comics, that's like, that's all
That's not a
cohesive.
side hustle. That is not a side hustle.
So the people of Saltmarsh are made happy by the comic books. Sal becomes the popular leader of the people.
And he creates beautiful propaganda to keep the people complacent by drawing these comics and enchanting them.
Yeah.
Readers.
So the Brotherhood continues to use Sal to get leverage in the city, and Sal is none the wiser.
No, not even a little. He's just happily in love with Tilda and like occasionally goes on trips. Yes, we'll go with that. But much prettier.
Goodness.
And occasionally goes on trips with her and acts as like her security guard. Because like, let's be real, like he's super powerful.
He's super.
He is the strongest.
All right. So we know what the bard and the sorcerer and the druid are doing. What's everybody else? Well, we know the warlocks. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. He gets to be resurrected. He gets to be resurrected for the right price.
We ate him for dinner.
Gone to Tiamat.
Well, he was a worshiper of Tiamat, so
He would have been right over there.
so he goes directly to hell.
He would
Or guess who's coming back in Avernus?
Or do I bless him?
Yeah.
Or do I bless him before he dies?
I'm not sure that's how it works.
So what does Tristan do?
I'm pretty sure Sal will be there. So, well, I don't know. Tilda could be a good.
Tristan continues to search for his sister.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot about Tristan's sister. We should have worked her in somewhere. That was my bad.
Continues to search for her.
It wasn't that important.
We found her, long story short.
Maybe his sister with the friends we made
If he
along the
finds her,
way.
he decides to go home. He's had enough adventures.
He never have too many adventures.
What about Chuck?
Chuck cannot return as he wanted, but he hears of this far-off place called Baldur's Gate that he sets out for his next adventure.
Oh boy. With his new pirate ship.
With his new ship.
So Chuck sails off to Baldur's
Back to
Gate.
that guy in the seat. I'll take him up on the offer to Baldur's Gate. Everyone does.
So the bard takes up an offer to sell his soul
To visit Baldur's Gate.
to visit Baldur's
And
Gate.
Chuck decides what would be better for him when he gets to Baldur's Gate than to sell his ship.
Good to know.
Which didn't close down because the boss is not doing the job.
What is the ranger doing?
I'm probably gonna make my way back to Seaton. Maybe I'll stop by with him, sell some stuff left over in my bag that's taking up too much space, namely the magic refrigerator.
I'm gonna take that. That's my property.
You forgot about it. Minus keepers. Use that to bankroll the rest of my adventures across the plains. Head back to Saltmarsh, pick up our original boat, reunite with my little gnome friend.
Oh gosh.
And I guess just hang around for a while before seeing where the waves take me.
All right. What about Tim? All right. What does the Dragonborn barbarian do?
I keep on going because my goal is to finish it.
He dies out.
What's your goal? Why so
I'm
passive
trying to find another
aggressive?
sword, so.
Is it in Barovia by any chance?
He gets eaten by sharks.
You should definitely
He
put
also
a black
becomes a
Dragonborn
worshiper
or
of
blue
Tiamat.
Dragonborn barbarian in your Curse of Strahd campaign.
That'll be up on anybody else's one.
No, put him in as an NPC. Just add it in there.
Man, I do that all the time. Characters that I'm playing, I'm like, yeah, that's an NPC in my world now.
What about Tim?
What about him?
One of the
Heroes of our conquest. I decided to buy a ship somehow. Steal a ship.
You're a pirate. Yeah.
I'm a good sneaker.
You can sail off with Chuck. You can sail off with Chuck.
Well, my plan was for Dave, right? I'm making sure I have that right. I was about to call you Dan. Before Dave said anything, I was going to say, I take this guy to Chuck and just start and go on more pirate adventures.
There you go. There you go. So Tim and Chuck. And the Gary Gygax.
Gargash.
Gargax.
Gargamel.
So Chuck, Gargax, and Tim sail off with the ship.
I like it. It was a satisfying ending.
Sorry, I had to blow it.
It's okay.
I'm sorry we had
Thanks
to
for
eat
doing me that.
I'm not sorry.
Leeway. That's so
It's like, oh shit. The first one hit me in the gut, so I lurched
Chuck
forward.
owns a
Yeah.
bar.
Sal reaches real hard.
Chuck starts a bar and owns a string of street vendor things on a stick.
Nice.
His logo's a little red dragon.
We could say that Sal held up Nugget for that extra 5 feet and shot the spell out of Nugget's
There you
mouth.
go.
It's kind of like, hey, we can't use Red Dragon in. It's already working.
This little thing. Red dragon on a stick.
So he sells ale and meat on a stick.
Anything on a stick. Everything.
Everything.
Booze on a stick. Frozen in the summer, it's booze on a stick.
All right. Well, if we slide all this out of the way, so those of you who are going to play in the Avernus campaign after this, we'll do our session 0 and get our characters ready.
Okay.
Or at least their concepts ready. So I have a new. You guys can still hang out.
I need to take a look at some things. So.
You gonna buy some stuff to get ready to close it
I'm
faster?
gonna look at some
How many
things.
steaks would you grab?
I honestly have to get at Walmart for something.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. I'm excited to see how Curse of Strahd goes.
If it doesn't work out, we'll work on it.
I'll leave one. Once you're out.
I don't know, man. I like here. You said that thing was Saturday?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, all day Saturday. Yep.
Alright, see you then.
I'll see you there.
Do you want some more, some more leg room now?
Oh, wow. That, you know what? No.
She's like, no.
My legs, I have long legs.
Yeah.
And they were just kind of like.
Both get out of there so we can shove it back down and make a walkway.
Oh my god.
Before we start, can I grab a drink real quick? Sure. Does anybody want a drink or anything? What do you want? Alright.
More coffee. It's not the right choice. Ugh.
Yeah, Death Wish doesn't
Your
taste
latte
any different.
addiction.
Oh my god. It's like a
Supposedly
real, the
has
struggle is so
double
real.
caffeine. I want to try the
Surprised you're not making it at home.
Death Wish, the Valhalla blend. It's supposed to be a chocolate coffee.
Yeah, I've had chocolate coffee. I get it from Philly.
I've had the
So I want the Valhalla because
I've had the Valhalla blend.
you had. How was it?
It's pretty good.
Good.
It's strong.
Yeah,
It's a very bold coffee.
we went to
Ready?
Ridfest. We went to
Yeah, I mean, you can't call it Valhalla. You don't have a strong coffee.
We went to Ridfest, and here at this Walmart here, they only have the K-cups. But in the Walmart there in Charlotte, they actually have the ground coffee.
Okay. Yeah, that's how I had it. One of my clients gave me a K cup to try.
Yeah.
What is the cockatoo?
I would very much like to do that. Can we do that in the next few weeks, possibly? Is it really? Okay, perfect. Then yeah. Okay.
Amanda's always wanted to go to one of those.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess. Brad, I don't know.
We were talking about doing the red thing.
Can I get
Oh, yeah.
feedback really quick from you
Yeah,
guys?
the end of November.
Do
Yeah.
you think this
Like
needs
the first
a
week in
background
November.
element? Like, should I skip the Wilmington part, trying to make it blend together, and just stick some details behind them so they're not just standing on white?
I only
I don't
wrote
know
this
where
down
these
white.
came
It means something. Yeah, maybe not a whole complex.
Yeah, you
Maybe
know
like
what I'm
just like a
saying?
dark like
Like,
night
I
or
was thinking
something
about
like
maybe
that.
having some vines growing around him. Or I could do the opposite. I could have vines growing around him and then put him next to pumpkins.
Maybe like a moon in the sky or something like that.
Yeah, if you flopped it so the pumpkins were behind Swamp Thing, that would make people want to have the match set.
Yeah.
The other thing you could do is you could put a cypress tree
Okay.
because they filmed
I got a Dr. Pepper in my
I have to look up what cypress trees look like, but I'm listening.
they filmed Swamp Thing at Greenfield Lake, which is surrounded by cypress trees.
They also built an entire
fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. But continue.
Yeah, because where they were filming at Greenfield Lake, you don't want to get in the water. That water's not good.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Deadly algae now, I think.
Yeah.
Is it algae?
Yeah, there's,
Yeah.
they built like such a
according to the
cohesive
city.
set indoor that there was actual like humidity and like
Oh,
it
yeah.
felt like a total like an actual swamp, but it was all indoor.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Too bad it got canceled.
Yeah.
But the park right next to my house where they were filming Halloween also has cypress trees.
Okay.
So presumably, some of those, so that a cypress tree would be I think that would be relatively easy to tell. I mean, it's just a tree, right?
Yeah, making it identifiable.
It's just a tree. I can't tell you what a cypress tree looks like.
That's what, is it in Italian in Arizona? Like which one looks like a
It's like a weird Christmas tree. Search Wilmington cypress tree.
So the one on the right. No, second row on the right. Second row all the way right.
Well, you can put the creepy Spanish moss on it.
Well, okay.
I think it looks cool.
So
I do.
yeah. So you could always Google Wilmington cypress tree or Florida cypress trees. I mean, anything from the subtropical climates, they're going to look
Like my new dice tray.
Well, that's what comes up when I
finished making
search
it
for
today.
Wilmington.
It still smells like.
So that swampy looking one?
yeah,
Still
yeah.
got that good
That's
paint smell to
cool.
That's exactly how they look out at Greenfield Lake.
They look like main roads.
Okay. For the record, these are bald cypress trees.
Bald cypress trees. Good to know.
If it ever comes up on Jeopardy.
I think,
I don't.
Jay, I don't know if you were here when we were next door. They were saying that St. Tuesday that you get Halloween trivia.
I love trivia nights. They're like my favorite things. No, I promise you. I used to go to trivia night like every weekend on Dig and Dive, like right around the corner from where I live. I loved it. And I just started working.
I'm
like,
gonna be
way too
really
much.
real with you. You don't want me on your trivia team.
Why?
I'll come to hang out, but like you'll lose if I'm there.
You want me on your trivia team.
They'll balance each other out.
I am chock full of pointless information. Chock full of pointless information. All right, let's. What are we looking at, Brad?
All right, so first of all, I want to do a new type of experience with the system. So it's narratively driven. So the idea is I got these new character background sheets, and
The blue ones are the
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
so you've got your typical personality, ideal, bond, and flaw, like the regular 5th edition. But you also have, you also get to choose a plot for your character. And I've got 5 different themes to choose from. And the idea being that as you implement your plot into the story, you gain more experience, right? So that way the DM doesn't have to track your character's plot, right? So say you here's the romance one on top here. You pick the romance plot for your character, right? So.
That's great.
Sorry,
So so when so we're role playing our way through a scene, and you decide I want somebody in this scene to factor into my plot. You would just give me the heads up, and then you would be that person could be the intended, right? The part for your romance plot, or they could be the opposition for your romance plot, right? And then as things unfold and we role play through things, if you're like, hey, well, this feels like this would be a spot where I would have tension with the intended, then I would introduce some complication to your relationship, right?
She has borderline personality disorder.
She's really a man.
This is real life.
This is my dream partner. What?
don't need to role play that. Like, you already do that in real life.
I'm living that. Living the dream.
So you got romance, intrigue. That's an extra romance. Mystery.
I'll have to read through all.
Survival. And horror. So intrigue would be like, like Game of Thrones kind of stuff, right? So basically, if you can see here, there's doors, because I made it look like a dungeon, right? So each door that you check off, whether it's related to your personality, ideal, bond, or flaw, or it's related to one of your plot points, gives you 3 experience. Each time you complete part of the book, you check off one of these story arc doors, so you get 3 experience for that. It takes 10 experience to level up.
Oh, so the only way we'll level up now is when we do the arts.
That hurts me that it's not true.
And I guess like role playing and stuff, right?
Yeah.
It encourages engagement in roleplay.
Yeah, that's the point. And player buy-in to the story.
Pause. I have a question. Will this be a solid, this is it, this is the group?
As long as you guys show up, yeah.
Okay. So then Mike and Jen not
see this
take
over, you guys are
all
doing-
around.
They're running Curse of Strahd.
Yeah, Mike's next week. Mike's gonna DM.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So he's running Curse of Strahd,
So if you want
and
to
Paul's
play
gonna play with them.
No, I mean, I miss my old group, but I'm very intrigued by this, so as that goes. I mean, you guys are cool and everything. but, like, no, I had Blake as the DM when I first started, and it's actually really fun. And I had said that when we were done with this campaign, I was going to go back, but I'm
Blake was in my game, like his very first game of Dungeons and Dragons. It was at AL, and I was like in his first stride group. And like pissed the whole party off one day because like he started stealing stuff, and he was playing a character who would just like steal things from everyone.
Yeah, he was actually a wonderful DM, but I'm very, very curious about this, and
Yeah, I just like to play some new characters, I guess.
So the idea being that, and another thing about experience points, if you're participating in the role play when somebody receives one of their, plot points, you get 1 experience as well, right? So if Dave's role playing through his witness a tragedy of his horror plot development, and everybody else plays along and is role playing into it that, oh my god, this is terrible, this is frightening, like what is this thing we're up against, right? Then he gets his 3 points for witnessing a tragedy, everybody else gets 1 experience point for being a part of that role play. And then you also get 1 point just for showing up every week. So,
Participation award.
so out of curiosity
I hate
though,
participation trophies.
so wait, can I see this? Alright, so this is the bar that we fill to level.
that's the bar that you
That's
fill
a story.
when
That's
you,
the story.
that's the book, right? So the Avernus story is in 5 chapters. So basically, I'll pick out 2 important points from each chapter. And when you hit those, you also gain the story arc.
Well, what did we decide on this now? Are we going to play Baldur's Gate once we've levels 1 through 7 or whatever, and then we're going to Avernus? Or how are we doing?
So would we just
Because I thought you said you couldn't even go to Avernus.
I think that's what these like the squares are for.
So each time you achieve one of these, you can mark off one of these squares, right? Either the door or one of these at the top, right?
Yeah, the doors are worth 3.
Right. Yeah. So everything on here would be worth 3, but then you get extra. So unfortunately, I built this in Google Slides instead of like.
That's right.
But ideally, across the top up here, you'd have your name and a box for experience points, so you'd be adding your total up.
That's what I was saying, like I would just tally experience as I mark things off.
Right,
Okay.
yeah, so your experience would go up from 1 to 10,
Right.
and from 10 to 20 with each level.
Okay. And are we starting at level 1?
Yes. And yeah, so we would start at level 1, go through about level 5 or 6 in Baldur's Gate. That kind of sets up the story, and then the story from there delves into hell.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down.
I can't wait.
So the big boxes here, you would just fill these in as we play, right? So that would be your spot to take notes about the important parts of your story. So it's like in the last game, if Sal was doing the romance plot, Sal meets Tilda for the first time, right?
Yeah.
So you would write that down, and then you would check.
Gosh darn it.
Just prettier.
Okay.
You're still live. PG-13.
I know, I'm just
man.
depressed. That's all.
You're a better person than I am.
Well, we already knew that.
So, and of course, it can evolve from there, right? So, like, for example, the romance plot doesn't have to be like romantic comedy plot, right? I mean, it could be. You know, like you want to follow the storyline of The Graduate or something. You meet some older woman, you have an affair, and then you find out you're really in love with her daughter, right?
It's such a good movie that nobody at this table, other than like 3 people, would have any idea what it's about.
The Graduate.
Mrs. Robinson.
Mrs. Robinson and Elaine Robinson.
You should watch it.
It's on Netflix. It's totally worth watching. Yeah. It's an old movie. Dustin Hoffman's like
Dustin
first
Hoffman
movie.
when he was young.
Yeah, Dustin Hoffman plays a 20-year-old who just graduated from college.
Yeah.
So that's an idea of how like old this movie is.
Okay.
I love with his art teacher.
Before I was born then.
She's like 30 years old.
I think it came out before I was born.
Yeah, it's old.
It's old.
I have intrigue here. Is there any horror?
I have one here.
There should be like at least 2 of each.
Yeah, there are 2 of them. I just want to see both.
Mystery.
I have mystery and horror. You want to check out horror?
I just want to see what it's like. I really like the survival and the intrigue. They seem like interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird because, like, based on the last plot we just had, I'm like, oh, I think I know how I would go through each of these. But,
Intrigue and survival.
Do you guys know what you want to play?
I had an idea.
Play this guy.
I know the character I'm going to play. I don't know what class or anything.
So the
Bartender remains, or
oh yeah.
Yes, but I can't remember what it like the old woman who sold pies.
yeah.
Yeah, truth cakes.
Yeah. She sells true cakes, and nobody understands how she's been around as long as she has, but she's been around the longest, and she's basically the person who runs this village.
I remember that.
Yeah.
We played that.
I can't remember what her name was though. It was some like old woman's name.
Tilda Swinton.
It's like Gretchen or Greta or something.
But like the romance plot doesn't necessarily have to be like a romantic comedy, right? It could be like Ser Jorah from Game of Thrones, right? Like so, he meets his intended, right? And that's Daenerys, whatever her name was. And then, like, the tension is the fact that he's already planned to betray her before he even meets her, right? And then, his act of true love is sacrificing his life at the end.
But how do we fill this out as was being? That's what I'm trying to understand. Like, do we determine all this going into it, and then if we do something that interacts with that, that's how we get points?
Yeah, so you would pick the plot that you're going to pursue. Like, so you make up your character. This is my personality, ideal, bond, and flaw, right? And I want my character to go down the romance path, right? Or the whatever intrigue path, right? And then, so what you do is, as you interact with NPCs and we role play things out, you're like, oh, and then you can just start and just you either can just go right into the role play, right? Like if you're you're on the romance plot and you start flirting with a character, I'm gonna assume that this character you're role-playing flirting with is gonna be, either the intended or the opposition, right? Because sometimes romances start with a person pursuing the wrong person. Right?
But for mystery,
He looked at me when he said that.
for mystery, would we know, like, would we already have an idea of what the mystery is that we're trying to solve going into the game, or are we just letting a mystery unfold as we solve the story?
Either way. So if you have an idea of what you want the mystery to be, then we can plan that out ahead of time, or at least like come up with some ideas, right? And again, with mystery, it could be like your classic Scooby-Doo kind of mystery, where like you get to the end and it says, what does it say on mystery at the end?
Solve mystery from the writer.
Yeah. So,
Let's see who you really are. Old man
right? So you could, so it could be you solve the mystery, right? You pull off the mask and look, it was Mr. Weathers the whole time, right? Or it could be like the plot twist affects you, right? So it comes down to, you don't solve the mystery before the perpetrator tries to kill you off, right? Or something like that. So then the reveal is, it was you the whole time, kind of a thing, right? So like I said, you can always just role play into the scene and then be like, yeah, this is my thing, right? Or you could say, hey, can this be my thing? And then we'll role play into the scene, right? Either way. So we walk into a bar and, there's a shady looking guy in the corner, and whoever's doing the mystery plot says, I think that guy's important, right? And then we start role playing and we see, whatever becomes of that scene and how it fits into the mystery. Right?
Got it.
Meanwhile, somebody else is at that same bar, while you're role playing into the mystery plot with the shady guy in the corner. Somebody else is,
Falling in love with that same guy.
flirting with the bartender, or, for the romance plot, or getting sold some magic beans from a con man for the intrigue plot, or whatever.
Cool. I'll have to think about it.
Some betrayal. Somebody in the romance scene loves the guy that we just talked to, but yet
Mystery. I think I already got mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're going mystery?
Survival and intrigue for me.
Survival? Or
I want to look at survival though. I haven't seen that one.
what?
That one's pretty.
Survival?
That one's pretty epic. Like, I'm surviving.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, survival would be like, anything by Jack London, or what was the...
Going out to find a huge thing of gold.
I think I'm going to take this one. What is it? Intrigue.
Intrigue.
That makes sense for you.
Yeah, I might have to.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, survival, this would tie in well also.
Hard. It could be this last survivor of some serial killer.
So much. Brother Jack London from the brow.
Mystery, survival, and food would actually all work.
Got any idea what you're going to do?
I'm going to take survival.
You take survival?
Yeah.
Alright.
Taking survival. Leaving intrigue behind.
I would have to, I want to look and see. Now, as far as classes and whatnot go, are there any limitations to
The new class. I'm on with my dad.
Yeah, I'm cool with you guys using like the new Unearthed Arcana stuff. Because, it's not like we've been hardcore AL.
What do you guys want to play? Yeah, but this is what session 0's for.
I tell you, this was sprung on me 20 minutes ago.
We discussed this last week. Yeah.
did, but unfortunately, I thought I had my notes in my bag, and I don't. So.
Well, I remember we were talking about, but we're doing it differently now because we were talking about characters that showed up in Avernus, like a paladin from a war or something like that. But this is,
Yeah, we had a slightly varied.
You can still do all that.
Yeah.
Right? So plot points in Baldur's Gate, right? So Baldur's Gate is like the Gotham City of the Sword Coast. It's shady and corrupt.
I love it, man. It's your home.
It is. It's perfect for me.
And just upriver from Baldur's Gate is Eltrail, which is the exact opposite. So Eltrail once was ruled by a vampire, and in order to defeat the vampire, they summoned a second sun. So there's like this bright orb that floats over Eltrail and makes it daytime all the time.
That's annoying.
So that's how they got rid of the vampire problem.
No drowse there.
So in Eltrail, if my character was a woman who ran a bar and wanted to grow hops and make magical cakes, that would be a place she could be.
She could be.
She could be from there.
She could be from there. Because Eltrail is like I said, it's the exact opposite of Baldur's Gate, right? It's very like lawful good and religious, pious.
Could also be a badass vampire.
I'm going to play a halfling. I want to play a ranger. But I'm willing to fill if anybody else, like, when everybody else picks. But I want to play a halfling ranger.
Throw caution to the wind. We're basically keep just being the tutorial.
There's also as far as the story goes, there's also a tavern, which was featured in the video games, for those of you who played the video games.
Which one?
I think it was in the...
Helmet Globe? Blatant Stars?
I think the Blatant Stars is in here too, but it's the Elf Song.
Elf Song Tavern?
Elf Song Tavern.
I'm familiar with the Elf Song.
An online hour there.
Yeah.
So any character who wants a connection to the Elf Song
13-year-old Jay
would be
and
useful.
those boot physics that
So
the
if we
bartender
wanted
did.
context, like to do reading on the side, what would you
Family friendly.
He spent 9 years in that tavern.
I've got a roll. 20
years. Still there.
Angie, do you have a question?
Physics.
Yeah, if we wanted background or context to be more familiar with this area, would you recommend getting the Baldur's Gate book?
No metagamer.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to make it so.
Okay, so the Baldur's Gate book, only like maybe 5 to 10% of the book maybe actually takes place in Baldur's Gate.
If I wanted context for this area, this realm, and where it is on the map and all that crap, where would I go?
There's like honestly, you can probably just Google Baldur's Gate Wiki
Okay.
and find tons of information on it. Because since the game came out, I mean, like the lore has been expanded, wildly expanded.
Here you go. Here's the Tressum that's in the book, the flying cat. His name is Slobberchops.
Oh, are you going to be the thing that has all the...
Well, I mean, I was wondering, I was kind of going to wait to see what everyone else was making as far as their classes go, because the character that I had created, she's a bartender by trade, but I kind of pictured her being like a fighter, or maybe even a retired paladin, because she'd be protected, but she's also someone of authority.
But is she coming back with a gang of dragons?
Well, that's the thing, like,
So are
Make sure the ranger character.
So are these characters we're trying to do, have they all kind of settled down in Baldur's Gate and then we're kind of coming out of retirement?
I'm new in town.
You could be. Now, if you wanted to be a retired paladin, there's the Hell Riders, which are a group of knights that's from Eltrail.
Okay.
They lost an important battle, but even the loss in that battle saved Eltrail.
Okay.
So they're even though like they're most well known for losing, they're still revered by the people of Eltrail. So if you wanted to do like the retired paladin thing, there's the Hell Riders, is what they're called.
Okay.
The book also has extra background.
Oh, cool. Which book?
To set to into Avernus.
Oh, it does? Okay, yeah.
One of the new backgrounds is called the Faceless, which basically you create like a no, it's like you create an alter ego, like Batman or Zorro or something.
The girl has no name. The girl has no name?
I could be a ranger if I had been with them, according to the ratings here. If I was one of, it looked like the Hell Riders, but I could have actually been a ranger and still been involved. Okay.
Yeah,
The fighter still be involved too.
Yeah, fighter. Yeah.
Okay.
Really any martial class.
Okay.
I think that's the only new one, but there are extra backup things for the existing background. So like if you pick Acolyte or whatever, there's or Hermit.
I just played an Acolyte. I need something else this time.
Maybe I own a local game shop in town. Maybe I own a local game shop.
Do what?
I said I'm thinking about going the complete opposite direction and being a necromancer.
Yeah.
You can hunt down there's some little PDF out there in the evil classes. You can be a bloodmancer where they have blood magic.
Be like a blood vendor from Avatar.
They take their own blood and make like a sanguine robe.
Oh, it's not like bloodbenders.
Ooh, if you want to be an agent, where
No, a chained man.
Now, as far as
Somebody play a lich.
as far as D&D lore goes, the way the afterlife works is you get judged based on not just your character's life, but the god that you serve, right? So if you serve a good, if you claim to serve a good god, but you do evil acts, right, then you're not going to be judged. And at that point, you could be rejected by your god, and you could end up in hell.
So we have to have a god in this game that we serve?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I would have.
But if you're playing an evil character like a necromancer and you serve an evil god, just because if you were to die and you've done a good job of being an evil necromancer for your evil god, then you would in the afterlife you would go and be with that god on whatever plane they live on. So just because you play an evil character doesn't mean that your character would be on the side of hell, right? So if you played a necromancer who served, Baal or what's the Merkel? Yeah.
Syric.
Yeah. So if you serve one of those guys,
All the things my mom told me that was going to be bad. All the things my mom warned me about.
I think that's my question is how do I get that kind of information? Like, do I need to read the books? Like, how do I...
reading the books don't really help. I mean, honestly, I think just online resources are the best place.
That's the thing is like...
Just Google like the D&D guy.
Yeah. Hell is the coolest, right? Off the bat, hell is number one. Praise hell, praise hell.
I can
I'll
also
let Helm sort them out.
I can also give you the Sword Coast Adventurers guide.
Oh, I have the digital version. I just wasn't sure like what I should be reading. Like which there's so many books at this point that I'm like, where do I go?
This Skag has almost all of the
Yeah. So if you just want Forgotten Realms lore, especially the Sword Coast,
Okay.
yeah, that.
Skag.
Everybody get the Skag.
Okay.
But yeah, if you have the Sword Coast Adventure guide, Eltriel is mentioned in the Sword Coast Adventures guide.
Okay.
Baldur's Gate, of course, is in there. So those would be places to start.
As is the Purple
So
Dragon.
I'm right now looking at either being a really wholesome, like aged woman. No one knows exactly how old, so she'd probably have to be like a half elf or something. But she's clipped her ears, like no one knows that kind of thing. Like she tries very hard to hide it. That kind of character, or I'm gonna be a passive aggressive necromancer who just hates everyone.
You can't decide. It's either going to be something intriguing or I'm going to be Baldur's Gate serial killer.
I like that.
So you want to be the one?
You are the mystery.
You are the horror.
Yeah, one of them.
Well, maybe we'll find out as we play. Right? If you're the killer or not.
I should decide which one to do.
One thing that would be interesting if you played the wholesome good character, right, is how long or can you stay wholesome and good in hell? Right? So that would be a challenge of playing a good character.
And that's kind of what I'm doing. Like, that's what I like about it, but I've never had the opportunity to just go into a place where it's like, I'm bad, and that's good. You know?
Because that's a map.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not going to.
That's pretty.
Right? You can pull it out.
You sure?
Yeah. I had a tough time taking out on the
Somehow
special
I
edition.
feel like most of the R&D running went here instead of the Salt Wars.
I don't like watching what happens.
It's perforated.
Yeah, so
My anxiety right now is like,
No pressure. Just the map we're going to be using for the foreseeable future. It's
don't
fine.
tell me I got it all.
no, I already got explicit.
Alright.
You did it. You did a better job than I would.
I kind of did it until I started to open it.
Only that side.
This is the side I want to see.
There's like nothing.
Oh, this isn't even Baldur's Gate.
The other side.
That's Eltriel.
No, the other side's a furnace. There's like nothing going on.
Then they got the Eye of Sauron.
Look, there's Mordor.
Furnace is just a burned out plus total world.
That is not good.
Where mistakes are something.
Where's Archon's cast?
That's Tiamat's house. You can tell because it's a giant dragon head.
You got an angel over there.
Is Archon's castle on there?
Probably.
Well, supposedly he's a big fixture in this book.
All right.
So, if you want just a simple structure of Baldur's Gate, the original city is walled off, and that's referred to as the upper city, which is where all the rich people live. And then the lower city is connected to the docks, and that's where the poor people live. Or,
It's also walled
The
around.
lower.
it's all, yeah, it's also,
There's like a wall inside of a wall.
yep. So, and there's a map of Baldur's Gate in here in the back somewhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But then, like, I guess really the lower city is more of the middle class. And then the outer city, outside the walls, there's little villages that where they're like the.
It could be campaigning in Baldur's Gate. No walls. No walls. Build a wall.
This
guy's mini.
That's slobber chops, dude.
Yeah, I have one. I like this guy. Actually, I have two of these. You want one?
So if you get another nugget, it'll be an abyssal chicken steak, which is significantly more ugly.
Have you need this guy? I bought some of the
Bafflement. They let you have bafflement.
Are there any races that are off limits in this?
Baldur's Gate is a very metropolitan city.
Drow probably still frowned upon.
Sorry, there's a map.
What's our map in it? It might be at the front.
It's in the Gazetter section of Baldur's Gate, where it talks about all the stuff in Baldur's Gate.
Large in the background.
There's Little Calamsham, which is outside.
Outer City.
It was founded by a guy named Balderon. That's why it's called Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, it was originally called Gray Harbor. And when they...
There we are.
That's what you're looking at.
Upper Cities.
So this is the outer part that you talked about.
Yeah, those are all the villages. So one of the villages actually sits on the bridge. Like that bridge is that populated. People live on it.
That's cool.
It's kind of a cool spot in the outer city.
Everyone who would live in the outer city is also basically part of Gotham, though. Like you find mostly seedy people here.
It's still pretty shady, yeah. Probably the least shady part is Little Calamsham. Because they're their own little walled community. There are a bunch of people from there are a bunch of Kalashites, right? Who left Calamsham when there was a war.
The Helmet Cloak.
But the main way to get into Baldur's Gate is to pass across this bridge.
If you're coming from the south, yeah, there's various gates to get in, but
Come to Blackgate.
and if this river opens up into the sea, and the Baldur's Gate has a large trade with Chult, which is the jungle where
Dinosaur land.
where dinosaurs come from, and Tomb of Annihilation.
Yeah. The worst campaign.
Do you remember when you guys were doing Tomb of Annihilation and you went to the jousting tournament at that fort?
Yeah.
Ridiculous amount of money.
I remember I played the game.
That fort was run by the Flaming Fist, and the Flaming Fist is a large mercenary company. Yeah, they basically function as the police force in Baldur's Gate.
What class is that?
Probably Ranger or something.
Ranger Beastmaster.
Beholders. Money.
Be a smuggler of goods in the town.
I love the enterprise. I love it to be going to be one of the offspring of my man here. What's left? Some.
Bafflehorn. The new class.
Play a tiefling.
I was looking at that.
Most artists we've had, we've killed.
Really?
Yeah, they don't seem to work out, but you might be the first. So.
Do what?
The first class, or the first race I ever played was Tiefling.
I'm saying most tieflings here are dark tieflings.
I've never actually played a tiefling.
Well, I say a tiefling would make sense for a child of your creature.
There you go.
What do you hang on with like profile? 3 ones.
There's 4 different kinds.
Battling roads.
Like each of the elements.
favorites.
The halfling rogue.
I like Wayne.
Halfling rogue.
You mean halfling bros?
See, I only like halfling.
Oh, if you're
Because they can reroll that.
if you're gonna go, are you still thinking about the Swarmkeeper Ranger?
A little bit, because I'm thinking that depending on what I use as far as Swarmkeeper, those could be things that actually help her manage her farm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, depending on what she has, the things she keeps could be the things like that she
Pain toads.
It's like a swarm of slobber chops that just knock your shit off the counter.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, it could be part of her story. But what I like about that is I'm thinking about having her, when this starts, wherever we're starting, that's going to be the next question, because I feel like she'll be in Worms Crossing to start. And the reason is that she is there on a mission, and she has opened up a shop there where she appears to be shady and a person who has connections, like she's worked her way into the network there.
If we're all over Baldur's Gate doing our own thing, is there going to be one character that's coming along to bring us together, or are you arcing that part of the story into some event that brings us together? Or?
I mean, that could be
They all die.
That's all up to you guys to decide how you want to. If you guys
Part of what we're supposed to be doing.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, I mean, if we're going on all about our own thing, how do we all end up on a quest together?
Well,
By the
I
way,
would
all of
say-
you who just tuned in,
Holy moly.
Hi.
Hello.
we just wrapped up our Salt Marsh campaign earlier, and now we're doing a session 0 for Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus.
Look at the black gate.
So we're talking about what everybody's character is going to be and planning the beginning.
Class. I assume you don't want to be a cleric again.
No, I definitely don't want to be a player. Yeah, I just don't know what I would
We don't need any healers. We just need smash.
So you're definitely going to be a tiefling then?
I don't know.
I'll play the
Occasionally
role
have
of a
those.
cleric if we need a cleric.
We do not need a cleric. Healing is for suckers.
No healing in
You thought
hell.
I was going to play a cleric that heals?
No healing in hell.
No, I was going to play a life cleric if I play a cleric.
That would definitely be healing.
Because I've never done that before.
hell is it a death player?
Maybe.
But Angie, so you were saying your character, you're thinking of like she's actually a good person, but she's kind of, because of the nature of the town, she's kind of undercover.
Yeah, like I'm thinking it's either a survival or mystery thing, that's what I'm trying to work out, but she's there for a reason, like something has brought her there and she's trying to get information, so she's worked herself into the network because being the leader of a community, she's good at incorporating herself into different facets of society.
Okay. So you can go with the faceless backgrounds in the books,
Okay.
because that would give you the alter ego, right?
Okay.
So your alter ego is this shady woman that is involved in all the deals and the, what is it,
Worms Crossing.
Worms
Crossing.
See, on the flip side, Phineas Cadwell will be the nicest guy you'll ever meet in Baldur's Gate. Phineas
Oh,
Cadwell.
it's not that she's not a nice person, it's just that she's good at ingratiating herself.
The nicest halfling in hell.
Like everyone kind of trusts her because she looks matronly and she acts that way. So
So you're
she's in
secretly
this
like
like.
a...
A secret, she sells human organs.
Secret is because I'm small. Duh. The nicest imp.
So Genasi look mostly human.
They do, except for they tend to have like color, like skin color, like matches their element.
Like fire hair and stuff like that.
Yeah, the fire genasis and have flaming hair. Air genasis, sometimes their hair will just blow in the, even though there's no wind.
Water Genasi's can breathe underwater.
Honestly, both of y'all should probably.
Genasi's sink.
The water genasi gets a bonus to wisdom, which would go well with ranger,
Yeah.
That could be interesting.
and would make sense that you would live on a bridge.
If I went cleric, I could play Ghostwise halfling. No. I don't know.
Is there a new?
How are y'all gonna meet
Is
up?
there a new halfling in the Unearthed stuff?
No. The ghost wise is in the skag.
Yeah.
But if she was an Earth Genasi, being that she runs a tavern and has a farm, it would make sense for her, and no one would ever suspect that she has like ornaments crumbling off of her because she is constantly like in the mud and working. So I'm trying to, I want to see if she won't be
So
fired.
are we going to just like do our own thing until we like go to hell, or are we just going to?
No, we're like, I assume we're going to like meet up somewhere, and then we're going to do like quests.
There's going to have to be some kind of event that brings us together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Because essentially, for the story
I
to
saw
make
this. It's intrigued me.
essentially for the story to make sense, you kind of have to have a reason to care about Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. Outside of, I just love the city.
Yeah, something has to be happening or going on or something.
Yeah.
So there's a serial killer on the way.
Well, could we assume that
one
everyone
of us
for
be-
some
you're gonna be a
reason
halfling,
comes
right?
through the south and they have to go through
Can
my
like a
area?
couple of us be like related, and one of us lives in Baldur's Gate, and then like that way,
I came to visit.
like I'm new in town,
I came to visit. Kind of thing.
and that like, you know,
How would this tie in, like do you say who wants to be a serial killer character? Do you say that somebody from my town was killed, that would be the whole plot line or the mystery plot line, and I'm looking for the killer and I don't know its name? Because then I feel like that could be metagaming though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we already know the
Depends on how you play
story.
it.
Well, yeah.
Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, how much of this do we know going in that we can
We don't know that he's a serial killer. That's all.
Well, we could know that at some point he's going to become a suspect, right? And we don't know until we play it out whether he's actually the killer or if he's the red herring,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Because if you take mystery, right?
Okay.
And if he takes horror, right? So there's some like supernatural macabre thing that's going around killing people. It could be you, and you just don't know it yet. You're possessed by something or
nicest
something like
halfling you'll
that.
ever meet.
Okay. So we don't have to know the entire plot. We just have to know elements of it.
Right. So just if you guys just want to pick what theme you want to go with, and we'll.
I'm going with mystery, guys.
All right, so you're going with mystery.
Yep.
I'm doing survival.
I got
Aberrant sorcerer.
I kind of want to do
Alright.
mystery too.
I might do intrigue.
Well, there's only 5, and there's 6 of you, so well, at least use one of them twice. So.
Did anybody take horror?
No.
I'll take the horror.
You want horror?
I took survival.
Who's the intrigue?
Let's take an intrigue as well, right? So we got 2 intrigues.
So you mystery then?
No one took romance?
No one wants romance.
Wait, I thought they built what do we have a double of?
Mystery and intrigue.
Oh, mystery. and
I'll take
intrigue.
romance.
Don't do it.
No,
Do
no.
not do it.
No.
No.
I am
No,
the
don't
girl
do
in
it.
the group. I should be
Gosh
the
darn it. I'll take
stereotype.
romance. And you take
If I do
survival.
romance though, I'm going with necromancer.
No, I am definitely taking romance.
Okay.
You're gonna take romance?
Oh yeah.
All
You
right.
take survival. I'll take romance.
Romance.
What romance? Do you want survival? Is my question.
I would rather have romance now.
All right. Apparently, Jay just had an idea for his character.
Would you like survival?
All right. So we know this much, right? So we know that Angie's going to be maybe a Genasi, most likely a ranger, and a good guy, good girl, good woman.
Yeah, it's either, depending on where we go with this party, I'm either going to end up being a ranger or I may actually end up being a paladin because I want us to have some sort of.
It's like, what level are we going to be like to like marry? Like 20 or something?
The campaign should end around like level
app on
13.
my phone that I always use.
Well, I'm just saying, if you want, it's kind of cool to have them in front of you.
Yeah.
I have a little spell book. It's like that big. I kind of want to put the cards inside. I
Yeah.
love it.
Okay. So the ranger.
Board, whatever.
So what's the new that thing you were telling me about? What's this? The aberrant?
Zelda, have
Oh, Aberrant Mind
They have
Sorcerer?
the
That would be cool for horror.
I
Yeah.
have to
And
read
I
up on
picture
it.
them like
I hate sorcery stuff.
flying around and harvesting crops and then also
Well, the
like,
Aberrant Mind
flipping
Sorcerer gets
pests.
extra
So
spells
it's kind of
now.
like
I mean, They cast the same number of spells as wizards.
Yeah, they just don't know.
I like this idea.
Yeah, but the aberrant mind gets extra ones because they get their psychic.
Because then he might be.
Do you really need more spells than Fireball?
You basically be a mind flayer.
Same thing over and over. If I wanted to do that, I'd be a warlock and just cast a little bit of blast every time.
I had a red dragonborn sorcerer one time. You should have seen the spell sheet. It was like, oh, I have a couple fires, like Burning Hands and Firebolt and like Agonizing Scorcher. It's like Fireball, and I literally wrote it in every single slot of the rest of the page.
Yeah, so the aberrant mind sorcerer gets like, what's the one that the bard casts with like the psychic damage? Dissonant whispers.
Yeah, vicious mockery.
So I'll read up on that. I might do that.
All right. Well, that's the class is like a stressful thing to figure out, I think.
I'm gonna read it and see. It's either gonna be that or some type of wizard.
Okay. Cool.
There's also what could fit well with going to hell, right? If you don't want to do the aberrant mind and you want to do wizard, is the new onomancy wizard.
Oh, that's right.
Right? Because it's all about knowing the true names, which is like, obviously devils and demons don't want you to know their true names. So that could be a reason for you to go to hell to get the names. So you can
Find that book. There's like, that's basically what it is. There's like a book that has the names of every single demon and devil that was ever been.
I'm gonna do that.
What's that?
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna find that book. I'll be a hold on that for now.
That I like that new. Is an artificer in here now too? That's kind of a
I'll go be artificer, but I just heard about this.
Onomancy wizard. Yeah, it's cool. One of the things that Onomancy, they get access to Bane and Bless, right? Because if they know people's names, right, they can give them blessings or
you can do it to your own party.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be the buffer in the group.
So you get everybody to give you their true name so that you can cast Bless on them. But then once you know their true name,
I'm a trustworthy guy. They'll be dead. My guy will be good.
My name is not Phineas Cadwell.
That's not your true
True name different.
Right.
Nobody tells their true name.
so you're thinking wizard now?
Yeah. I was going to be a teacher earlier, but now, that sounds too good.
Well, geez, if I'm going to be a sorcerer, do we have any tanks in this group?
Well, we have 3 people who haven't Alright.
Bro, you could be
He's thinking about being a rogue.
A rogue?
Possibly, I guess so.
Well, it looks like I am playing a cleric.
you
Got healing.
What?
And the ranger.
You gotta choose the class you want. We don't
I
need
can be
healing.
a druid. Like, I don't have to.
We don't have a druid yet?
Yeah.
Man, cleric, a paladin combo again.
I do not want to be a druid.
I love it.
I've never, I'll do either ranger or
If the
druid.
druid goes to hell, then he can turn into a chicken.
They turn into the chicken.
You could turn into any of the hell
The
creatures.
abyssal chicken. Well, in the
You can always multi-class later on.
You could always multi-class. Go level 5 and go
By the time we go to hell, we'll be higher.
and if I remember right, the new ranger, the swarm keeper ranger, can use spell slots to get their swarm to do stuff.
Okay.
So if you multi-class in druid, you might not be as good in like hand-to-hand combat, but you have extra spell slots from the druid that you can burn to power your swarm.
The new druid can cast fireball.
The new druid is a wildfire.
If you had an aberrant sorcerer druid, you'd have some crazy possessed bear in hell.
With a fire, like a little fire elemental. Fire genasi, wildfire druid. Why didn't I ever think of it?
Fire genasi.
But the aberrant sorcerer didn't fit so well. Still like to use some
So, which would you
Ornomancer could just control somebody to be the serial killer. Like the front leggers.
If you want to be a druid, go ahead. We should have one. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
Well, if I multi-class into druid, then
Let me tell you something. We can never have too many of it to fight. Bears.
Paladin. These are go row.
So you're gonna go with a good paladin?
I looked up the
We'll have to see how things progress. I kind of like to work in Waterdeep, you know. Kind of good, kind of, you know, kill any who oppose me. Don't live underneath my iron thumb.
What the heck is this?
Ooh.
Is that official?
yeah.
is it weird if I'm a
Vidalcan, but it doesn't have. Oh wait.
Well, that's Vidalcan. That's from Ravnica.
Oh, okay.
But if you like it, we can use it somehow.
All right. Yeah, I was reading over the stuff, yeah. And the lore is behind it.
Yeah, that's from the Ravnica setting, but we can figure out. I mean, we can figure out a way to get a Vidalcan from
It's a melting pot of a city.
from another plane of it, especially if you play the Horizon Walker, because they travel from plane to plane. What else is kind of planar related? It's like fire. Yeah, that's the Horizon. Well, no, I was thinking of class. To kind of explain why the Vidalcan had ended up in favor.
Just give him like the Far Walker background or something.
Oh yeah, the Far Traveler background or whatever.
Average sorcerer.
Yeah, which thing were you gonna go with?
What?
Which plot were you gonna go with?
Intrigue.
Hey, buddy, where you gonna go? It's magic. I'll play. Or whatever.
It went from 50 to nothing, though.
You should see me play League of Legends.
Many a keyboard.
All right, so the other part of the story here that will become at least important at the beginning, depends on what you guys do with it, if it stays important, is there's a large number of refugees who have come to Baldur's Gate.
Well, that is important.
Unless we walk through the walls, we forget about them.
That's pertinent information to know.
do you know anything about that?
Yeah, it's not necessarily a secret. The refugees from Eltrail, because something has gone horribly wrong in Eltrail, and so people have fled Eltrail and come to Baldur's Gate looking for refuge. So if you wanted a character from Eltrail,
There's some following.
Did you see?
My
There was
character should be
they
right
found an 18-wheeler outside of Chicago today or yesterday. It had 38 people dead inside. They're organ removed.
For organ sale.
Yeah,
where was this? Chicago?
outside of Chicago. Yeah.
Wow.
So these refugees, they black
In a really big target.
took a little one in the kidneys.
You've seen the Candy Mountain? At the end of it, they take his kidney.
Maybe he's harvesting
You haven't? With Charlie D. Oh my god, I'll link it to you later. It's awful.
Oh, wait, cut it out.
I remember Charlie.
Yeah.
It's not one of those not suitable for children. It's not suitable for anybody. It's not suitable for anybody.
Nice, you're doing Druid? You're doing Druid?
Yeah, I think I might multi-class later on. I'm going to do that aberrant sorcerer.
Okay.
And I'll start as a ranger.
Alright.
So Ranger, probably going Swarm Keeper. Are you gonna go Turtle?
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking between that and Genasi. It's just weird for a to be a ranger.
Not really.
That turtle. He sleeps outside. He just curls right outside himself. He brings his own tent.
I don't see a better ranger, honestly.
They're not very stealthy.
They're far away, they get too close, just go in your shell. It's fine.
Well,
Wait
and
for
maybe
them to
that's
walk
why
away.
you're a swarm keeper ranger, right? To be stealthy, you cover your turtle with whatever your swarm is.
With your slobbering down the cats.
Oh, here's how you flip it. It's like Ninja Turtles but reverse.
Right?
Right? So you're a turtle with a swarm of rats.
I like it.
That's hilarious.
So,
The swarm doesn't have to be.
That's not what you wanted. You got you what you want.
The swarm doesn't have to be living creatures. It can be like little face spirits.
We need healing.
No, we don't, dog.
Okay, so where do I
Paladins
find
have
this
like
class?
spells.
Put in Unearth Arcana.
Without any clerics and just same as a paladin.
I'm a wizard. I'm probably a healing word.
What did you want?
You can have two rangers in the party.
No, he's saying do we have enough healing because we don't have any clerics. But I said, paladin.
I'll be a ranger.
Alright.
It's gonna be a long campaign. Be what you want.
Good point. So you're going ranger. Do you know what subclass?
Beastmaster.
Beastmaster. Okay. So you're gonna be you want to use that little halfling miniature I have that rides on the wolf?
If you, yes.
People the hell will.
Yes, I do.
All right. So ranger, beastmaster, halfling, half elf. Oh, no answer wizard.
Yeah, half elf or a tiefling, like that.
Okay. Yo, tiefling definitely I think fits for.
Yeah, you can have 3 ones.
Yeah.
Try one.
Dave recently painted up a tiefling miniature.
Yeah. We have a clue.
Oh, I've got a couple people, but they're not.
But he's got a resin printer. They can print like anything they want.
Oh, yeah. What am I talking about?
I feel it.
So paladin, what race?
No, not yet.
Oh, not yet. So you want you want to be part of the Hell Riders storyline?
I'd kind of have to look at them. I was thinking, you know, kind of like a righteous defender of justice by day, kind of like a sneaky, kind of, you know, deals in the alleyways kind of guy at night. Maybe trying to get to the bottom of the crime and everything in Baldur's Gate.
That's a thing in Forgotten Realms.
That's true. Yeah.
And their whole thing is killing demons. That's their whole thing.
I do a lot of killing, a lot of, you know, a little bit of investigating, lots of killing.
Lots of killing.
Lots of killing.
So you want to be, well, that would make sense because paladins have a high charisma, right? So you could like,
That's kind of why if I'm going to be, you know, interrogating suspects or evildoers, I want to be able to get somewhere with it.
yeah. So like skilled in like persuasion and intimidation, so you could press people for information. So are you going with like an alter ego kind of thing, like?
That kind of might have been, you know, that faceless thing you're talking about. It could be a good background for it.
Cool. So you have like a shady version that you dress up as a knight to go press people for information, and then
It'd be like Batman, pretty much.
Alter Batman. Batman from
pretty much Batman.
Another universe.
so that's cool.
We've been behind everything else so far.
And you're going rogue. You're thinking the Vulcan rogue? Oh yeah, the rogue inquisitive. That makes sense. So you're like this like emotionless detective,
Like a PI.
yeah.
I'm thinking of 3 names. There's the name. I'm thinking of 3 names for my half-life. Right? Phineas Cadwell. Right? Well, Allo Humbleroot. And Tucker Linderbank.
Well, then you could always definitely use 2 of them because one of them could be your true name. Because if he's going to play the Onagos, you're going to have a second name that's your true name.
Yeah, good point.
I'll be a good man. I'll enslave the demons.
And which block did you pick for
Intrigue. The Inquisitive is put one for that.
Yeah.
That or mystery.
Yep. Well, so I'm reading all these things, okay?
So yeah, so we could go with, since you're a Valdakan, right? You've come, like you might not know that you've come from another world.
Yeah.
Right?
Trying to figure out myself.
Yeah. And you could be tracking down the person that led you here, right? So,
Because I've been lived 500 years. Why am I here?
that could be
Supposed to live.
A smart 500 years old.
Well, it's not a smart. 6 foot tall.
A large smart.
Yeah, basically,
That's why you're here now. You got kicked out of the whole village.
the Valdakan, they
You
got kicked out of the village because you kept stepping on everybody.
Then they tied me down.
To get out of here.
They tied me down Goldham's travel style and just slipped my throat.
Alright, you're going Aberrant, Mind Sorcerer, and what race yet? I'm trying to think of what are charisma-based races.
Half elf.
Halfling.
The Lightfoot Halfling gets a bonus to charisma.
Seriously.
Half elf gets it. Have we decided that most of Baldur's Gate is underground or above ground?
It's above ground.
Because I didn't know.
Although there is an entire city underground.
Never gone.
But I don't know if we'll ever go.
I don't think it's above ground.
It's not really populated.
It's like a big dungeon.
Basically.
You were thinking Dark Elf?
I don't want to be disadvantaged all the time if we're outside in the sun.
Well, I mean, when you go to hell, it's going to be like
no more sun.
scorched, scourged. So, yeah, that might a drown on.
I'm in Baldur's Gate to help the refugees.
I might be there to help them remove their organs. I'll not be there to help them.
As long as I don't know about it.
Might be the horror arc.
Might be the romance.
Alright, so.
Opposites attract.
Oh, goodness. Alright, so Aberrant Minds, Lightfoot Halfling is what we're thinking here?
Yeah, like I said, I don't know on the race yet, but definitely. It's for the hard thing, it makes sense that I could be possessed by something else and I'm doing these things.
Or you could be tracking down the very thing that gave you your power, right?
I could be tracking down myself.
Dude, you should take a Infernal Warlock pact.
Well, there'll be opportunity for that when you
I know
get
just
help.
the guy. We just killed him.
In fact, he's down there now, I'm sure of it. He's setting up his shop. Well, see, my man in Avernus.
Well, he,
Who would be perfect for this? My friend in Avernus.
Alright, so how does everybody know each other? We know that Angie's character lives on the bridge, Worms Crossing.
Would you have anything to do with the refugees?
Yeah.
Oh, she's one of them. Well, that's why I'm in town. It's to administer
Yeah, I'm gonna say that like everybody left because something terrible happened. I was affected by that terrible something, but I was one of the first ones to go. And I'm trying to figure out the plot, why it happened, how it happened, what it has to do. All I know coming to Baldur's Gate is that Baldur's Gate is where I need to go to find answers.
I really can't decide if I'm either chasing down
Well, the only thing we know about the upcoming Baldur's Gate video game that's coming out is that there are mind flayers in it. So your average mind sorcerer can have a mind flayer connection.
Out of curiosity, it says that the stuff that I can summon is insects, fluttering birds, squids, or otherwise.
Squids, otherwise, is a broad term.
Yeah,
So I'm trying to understand what that means because it sounds like they do need to be small.
Well, yeah, it's a swarm. You can have
Right.
a swarm of rhinoceroses.
Well, no, but we were talking about
you were
using
a
the little
dude if they're
pepper
tiny?
ones, and I feel like that might be too
Jake,
big.
can you have a swarm of
The-
baby owlbears?
Jeremy Crawford, who designed the class,
Rerolling.
the interview I saw with him,
Can Jay have a swarm of baby owlbears?
the swarm of baby.
Rerolling swarm.
I'll buy minis for all of them.
Remind me about the owlbear thing. Jeremy Crawford, who designed this class, the very first thing in an interview that he recommended was bunnies.
Oh my god!
What do you guys
Bunnies must be fun.
So
No, rabbits can be really vicious.
They're children.
I've been bitten by a rabbit before.
Yes.
A
rabbits
domesticated one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah,
There are
so-
little minks that can make boats out of.
Devils
So
in
my thought
disguise.
would be anything like cat size or smaller.
You can have
Like
little
pseudo
turtles.
dragons?
And you can make bowls out of this
You
shit.
can have a swarm of minks that you wear as a coat.
You have a swarm of
I call
turtles.
myself Cruella.
And when you're needing to do stuff, the coat just.
Sort of like cover her like baby spiders, and also just
Oh god.
Attacker.
Well, that would be really fun with the squids. Only it's small octopi, and they just form random shapes and occasionally like mind
he's like,
things.
no.
Especially if I went for genasi and I was a water genasi.
Oh, that would be cool.
work.
Let me tell you the one thing that like creeps me out in the entire world, like worse than anything, it's cephalopods.
Yeah?
So squids and octopi.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Okay, I want to be the cephalopod queen.
We put us up against the dark mantle one time, and it was like the worst. 'Cause it was like my nightmare, a giant squid who
Yeah.
lands on my mountain.
You're not helping me with treating me away from stuff.
Fair enough.
You might be steering me in that direction. Okay.
Because water genasi can, they get the cantrip, the shape water cantrip.
Yeah.
So you could always just have water around you and keep your octopi voice.
The genasi is intriguing because it makes me feel like a character from Avatar.
No one's in.
And I love Avatar.
Talk customs.
So,
Freaking, no one stuck the Talk custom probably in chat. He has a voice emo.
Well, if you love Avatar, to go in a completely different direction,
Could be a monk.
you can go Sun Soul Monk if you want to be a firebender. Yeah, because the Sun Soul Monk can actually like shoot bolts of fire.
really.
Like you have radiant energy. Yeah.
I think I'll stick with because I just developed all of these things about this character already. I mean, I could just be Iroh. I could be General Iroh though, and be like, I really love tea. I have a tea shop in Worms Crossing.
So how do we know each other, Dave?
Cousins?
Yeah, we can't be cousins.
I don't even know if I'm a half cousin.
Distant cousins twice removed.
If I have this idea, if I'm killing things, I'm definitely around the refugees somehow. Maybe I'm a doctor.
Maybe you are a tragedy.
Maybe I'm a doctor.
Dr. Jackal, Mr. Hyde.
You were right in the middle of
that,
cutting someone up and you just panicked and said you were a doctor and you've been traveling
Who's that
ever
guy?
since.
Who's that guy who used to administer assisted suicides?
We're definitely getting thrown off screen for this game.
It describes Baldur's Gate as pretty much anything goes. Anything people are willing to pay for can happen in Baldur's Gate.
I read the Baldur's Gate Rage Room.
Man, if only America was like that.
There's one of those coming to Japan. Can't wait for that. I want to do that.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to have a doctor background, all you need to do is take the medicine skill.
I don't know. I have to read and see.
That'd be the kind of thing where I go.
I gotta get a hold of. I think I have a copy of this guy.
Okay, that's
You have
I'm
a
gonna
bunch
be a
of.
genasi. I'm a water genasi, and I was a farmer, and that's how you shape water to like move
Yeah,
water
you have a
to
bunch of
rocks
crabs.
and irrigate things. And we could say that in this case, I sell fruit cakes and tea. in Worms Crossing. So maybe you guys all know me because y'all stop by for some tea and beer. I serve beer.
Specialty. Your swamp could just be lobsters. You could sell lobsters.
I am a beverage geek.
So coffee, yes.
Yes.
Oatmeal milk lattes is our specialty.
Yes. You know how Sideboard
Upside
sells
down.
stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that is my. I have a place called the Sideboard.
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 Bored?
Hashtag not stealing the name, or maybe I am because we're connected anyway. Yeah, I serve that menu. Yeah,
So you can get
including
mugs
tea.
of nuts.
Yep. And what you don't know is you're eating fey chicken.
Eating what?
Fey chicken. Nugget is my constant companion.
I can sell 11 nuggets a day. That's it.
Nugget provides.
One mug of nuts.
One mug of nuggets a day.
First come, first serve.
So are you still a refugee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright, well, if you're actually from El Triel, then you will know the terrible thing that happened.
Okay.
The city just disappeared.
What the heck? Wait, what?
Hate to see it happen. Heard it before.
I thought
Terrible.
they drew the sun and drew out a vampire. Then the city disappeared.
Is the sun still there?
Did the sun fall down?
The sun is not still there. And
Is it now?
and now the place where the city is now just a crater.
The sun fell
Hey,
down.
pause. Can I
told you.
delete my notes from last campaign?
Sure.
Goodbye, Tilda. You served us well.
Is that the same city that disappeared in Tomb of Annihilation, or is it a different?
Different.
Why are so many
Cities
cities?
disappearing all over the place.
When I look up through the hole in hell, is that the city is?
You were talking about Avatar, and that's what a Vidalcan basically is. I was just reading. It says their tallest understanding almost a head taller than humans. Their hairless skin comes in a range of shades of blue. Their eyes are darker shades of blue or violet. I'm gonna have purple eyes. And purple eyes. They lack external ears. Their noses are broad and flat, and are partially amphibious. So I'm basically
Almost the
That's the
Avatar.
story of my life.
Voldemort, the Avatar.
What was the last part?
May the best bills win.
Etritol.
Maybe I'm the guy that organizes the local
I have
Hunger
no idea
Games.
if that's how you spell it.
That's close enough.
We have the guy
I think there's
that.
a U in there somewhere.
Jay, is there a Hunger Games in Baldur's Gate?
Yeah,
I'm
well,
the guy
this
that
is-
puts
There is
together
now.
Hunger Games. People are hungry.
The refugee camp.
We're running the underground fights. That's how we're helping the refugees.
No, I am nice to the refugees. They're the reason I came to Baldur's Gate.
So, Brad, would that include like a small farm outside the city? Like everything disappeared, or the city disappeared, and that was my
I
main
like
export
that a
trade?
lot.
I think everything would be gone.
Like maybe I lived just outside the city and I saw it disappear. Like one day I just went outside and it's gone.
Yeah, probably like you woke up one morning to go tend the farm and
Your farm's gone.
there's no city.
I'm sorry. for your
Now
loss.
whether or not your farm is still there, it's up to you. Like if you wanted to be close enough to the city that your farm was.
Well, I don't know if anyone's ever heard of a small town called Candlewick, but that's where I'm at. And it's just outside of this city.
You guys have a good
We're
night.
just making
All
our
right, you
own
too.
towns now.
That's what we did in the DM workshop. I'm literally using the stuff we made up. Yes. Because I thought it was awesome and I got really excited about it.
It was fun. I had a good time there. Hey, that's the one I have.
Dang.
I like the other one that came in the pack where it's like he's like raising the zombie from the ground.
Now we're just leaving another game.
I can paint it for you.
It's not even a town, it's a village.
What
Thank you.
what color do you want him to be?
That's a good question.
What color's his skin?
Just pale.
Half elf, half minotaur.
Just
Pale?
paint it white.
Okay. What color's his hair?
Blonde.
Okay.
I'll make him hairy, you know.
All right. How about his tunic?
I think it'd be light blue, I think.
Okay. All right.
This could be
How about his
maybe
form?
hours.
I
Remember that guy.
Okay.
Thank you for this.
Yeah, no problem. I might take you up on that. I might have a halfling that I need printed because I can't find any good ones.
The ultimate horror RPG. I find out that I have a problem. Terrifying.
I am.
You're the killer and you don't know it.
If you need to talk to someone, I know a guy. He's in Avernus.
So,
We're gonna know more people in Avernus than we do in Baldur's Gate.
Jay. You could be the refugee therapist in Baldur's Gate.
The therapist. But you're the one with the psychic abilities. You could be the therapist.
I rent the asylum.
so can we say that there is any sort of clues left behind by the city disappearing that would lead people to Baldur's Gate looking for answers?
Yeah, there's no city there to live in.
And Baldur's Gate is the next
Thank
closest.
you, Captain Obvious. So we'll just say she went to Baldur's Gate looking for answers, that's it. That's my character.
She went to make a living.
Well, that's
I mean, unless you wanted to.
That's my character too. I don't know why I died. Just trying to protect myself. Also, I'm here. I'm supposed
I
to
think
live.
the sun fell.
I'm supposed to live till 500.
Don't need to be snippy over there. How do you do all your work with your claws?
She's not she's a genasi.
No, I'm saying you. Strong with your claws over there?
Get a bunch of crabs as your swarm with the crab legs.
I could take another look at the adventure to see what connection there would be.
Can we take these home?
Yeah, take them.
They're your homework. If anybody needs to use the shift, it is available for anybody who's DM.
Maybe one of these days. I have to get
But
that.
if you notice on these sheets too, there's also goals that go with your personality, ideal, and bond.
I want to own a portion of hell.
So that could be something you set ahead of time, or it could be something that comes up as you go. Like that's a goal of mine now, right? And then with flaw,
Almost died every chance he gets.
there's a spot for you to put the need to go with the flaw, as in that need is what would cause you to redeem yourself of that flaw.
Get a timeshare in Avernus.
Jeez. My flaw is
Get out of the terrible timeshare
I'm
I
always
bought in Avernus.
The Dawkins are always in search of correcting
Need go-
themselves. So
Kill
I can
need take over.
never think I'm correct.
You never think you're good enough.
Nope.
Dang, bro. I feel that.
Reels. We get real up in here.
Hey, it's gonna be a good campaign. Is there any difference between this and like the special edition?
Oh, here's a.
No.
I mean, it's the same insides.
Oh my gosh.
The new dragon book looks cool up there.
Yeah.
Dragons.
So one thing that would be a lead for your character to start with is one of the four dukes, Duke Ravengard from Baldur's Gate, had just come to Eltriel to visit.
He dropped the sun.
So that could be your first lead, because that would probably have been the biggest news amongst the locals, is that a duke from Baldur's Gate was coming to Eltriel.
How do I spell the name of the outro?
Elturel.
ELDUREL.
And it's Grand Duke Older, ULDER. Right.
Yes. And Grand Duke.
Older, ULDER. Ravengard.
Semi-immortal zombie space marine? Yeah.
Zombie space?
And that was the last, right before it disappeared? Like the day it disappeared, essentially?
Let's see.
Really? Because last time I checked,
So it just says not long, so maybe.
Not long before the disappearance.
Yeah.
So the next convention that's coming out, Everon is like a steampunk kind of thing?
Is that what's coming next?
I think so.
Oh, you're talking about Everon. Yeah.
Yeah. Technological advanced.
Yeah, Everon's a setting that's all like Arcana punk.
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
Like they have
guns.
They have like monorail type trains that are powered by
lightning.
Yeah, well, and they have airships. And most of their technology is powered by trapping an elemental and imprisoning it inside the. Yeah, so like the lightning train has like like an air elemental and a water elemental trapped in there.
Hope he comes out like.
The swarm that the character has doesn't have to be one thing all the time, and so it can change whenever it's summoned.
Yeah, if you want it to be a variety of things.
Could be crab.
Could be bees. Beekeeper.
She's a beekeeper.
That would be the anaphylactic shock.
And the bees produce the honey that she infuses with some sort of mystical power to make her truth be. Truth honey. She can put it in everything.
Truth serum.
And her story is called Adjacent Buffet.
On the sideboard?
Yeah? I felt that
It's those two on the news.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Because adjacent is synonymous, obviously. So probably taking insight is one of your skills, since truth serum.
For sure.
Since you at least believe that you're giving people truth serum.
No. Find a way to make this real.
How many deals must you make?
Cool. So is that the hook then, that you're all meeting up at
Y'all meet up at my place?
the Herd Cafe?
Pretty mysterious how you're a refugee, but you're already in the cafe. But
Maybe that has something to do with all the refugees that are missing.
The refugees missing?
There are always, always refugees missing. Does anybody really notice? You and I are going to be good friends. Anybody really notice a few refugees?
Maybe she was already trading in Worms Crossing and already had an establishment there, but now she is relocating to that establishment.
pretty big deal trader then.
Sell the
Oh yeah.
kidneys. Sell
Her
the
stuff
kidneys.
is in demand.
I'm from way down south.
Oh, Alabama.
I do have a Valdalkin miniature, just remember.
Oh, nice.
He looks more like a sorcerer than a rogue, but
Yeah, he can be a sorcery.
What race are you?
Oh, but all
Yeah.
rogue. Dalton. Sorry.
But you are an inquisitive rogue, so it's not like you're.
Yeah.
So you could look more like a noble. Okay, so
Makes me think of Hadouken or something.
so we're going with. So we're going with.
Oh, it's me. That's my character.
So you picked halfling?
All right, so you opened like a franchise in Worms Crossing.
Yeah.
So you had a cafe at your farm. People would come outside of Eltrail, or people traveling to Eltrail would stop. But then you opened a little franchise at Baldur's Gate. Now that the Eltrail's disappeared, you've moved to your.
Yeah.
Better look up the rules for running a business.
Buy the new book. There's going to be a lot of taxes.
And for whatever reason, the 5 of you are regulars.
Right. Well, I've arrived to administer mental health assistance to the refugees.
Maybe.
Are you going with the counselor?
Evidently, yeah.
That's great.
Maybe the truth cakes, once you start eating them, you can't stop.
Can't
Maybe
stop,
they
won't
have
stop.
There's a special ingredient in the truth cake. Definitely
Or there's something in the
unrelated
tea.
to the missing refugees.
Or there's something in the tea that just you have to keep happening. That's how she keeps the big
Caffeine.
business going.
It's the caffeine, really.
Get it to kidneys.
Family recipe.
So anything else? Are we ready to play next week?
I think so,
Or
yeah.
you,
So do
will
we all know each other at this point though? Like, or
Probably.
Maybe casually. There's still gonna have to be some kind of event that makes us want. I guess that'll come out. Bunch of
Well, we would know each other. Because I buy coffee from you, right?
yeah.
So you would know me on
And
a
I
first name
have, we
basis.
could say that I have, you could be renting a room or staying with me, and then whenever you need to counsel people, you have a private space to take them to.
You feed them the truth cakes and move them to a session.
Okay, you can go with that.
Can we make this a thing though, that these are actually truth, like they
That's
have
a
a
little-
truth serum in them of some sort? Maybe not something where they necessarily have to tell the truth, but they're encouraged or compelled to do so, so you have like advantage on insight checks when you
Relaxing cakes.
talk to them or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of.
If you took an herbalism skill or something like that,
Well,
I'm sure there's herbs that are encourage that kind of, or make
Yeah.
you feel more relaxed. You know.
I mean, whatever, however it has to be crafted.
What kind of skills would I need for a strike?
Definitely insight.
Persuasion and insight.
Maybe even intimidation at some point.
How about deception and insight?
Depends on what kind of shrink.
You can go deception. There, I mean, when I do therapy, there are times where I kind of play dumb and kind of ask a question that I already know the answer to in order to get the client to come up with the answer.
If they're telling you the truth.
I don't do substance abuse treatment. I don't like trying to figure out if my clients are telling the truth or not. That's why I don't do substance abuse treatment.
Thank you, McMahon. Thanks for stopping by, man.
Bye.
The dice did not roll in my favor one time.
You're so close.
You
to
got
starting the
avoided.
war again.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Something
you
worked
whiffed on
for
the
you.
cannon fire and then got blasted.
You made it past my 19 passive perception. That's something.
Yeah, I rolled 32 stealth.
There
So.
you go.
The only shirt.
You got one.
Like the images
Oh, wow.
most pictures like
That's
intense,
dope.
what you would see in like some countries, like in Western countries, like African area, where you have like different tents and stuff, and maybe like the front of like I have like two tents facing, and the front
Yeah,
of the tents
I'm at
facing
two more
have, like,
horns.
the retail area, and then behind that
It's
is
just
the
2 horns I could do
section
that.
where one half is yours and one
You don't
half
have
is
to
mine.
buy
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll print you a shot.
It's going to curve upwards somehow.
I'm thinking I might sketch something like.
Maybe we'll print one if we can find it. Something like a
Okay.
building.
Did we decide on a name for me? I like Phineas Catwell.
And I sell meat.
What are the other two options?
Olive Bumbleroot and Tucker B. Underbank.
I harvest the organs and then sell
I
them
like,
on a stick.
I like Bumbleroot and Underback. Those are good.
I would like stuff.
Yeah, I harvest organs from the refugees and I sell meat on a stick and vendor stuff.
So you're,
What kind of meat?
now you're Sweeney Todd.
Refugee meat?
Meat pies.
Like I would introduce myself as Finn.
It's exotic.
If I would
So,
go Phineas Catwell.
one of the easiest way that I can think of for truth cakes would just have
Friends.
would be the Friends cantrip.
Maybe in charm person.
It's a cantrip.
Okay.
So it'd just be, I mean, So essentially, instead of like casting the cantrip, you'd be giving them the cake and have the same effect. The only drawback to doing it that way is that as the cantrip reads, that once the person realizes that you've influenced their mood, then they become hostile towards you.
Which I think is a little ridiculous. But
Yeah, like if you don't just outright tell them, why would,
that is how it
how would they know?
So then so when you're selling the truth cake, the idea is that they think it's a silly name, but
spell
then they
used to just
don't
give you a
know
bonus to your charisma.
until they've eaten it, and
It's
then
like
they
that.
realize it.
Like
Yeah.
how is someone
Until
that's not a
after
wizard gonna
you've
be able to tell you
influenced
just like sort of drug them?
So like you wouldn't necessarily have to influence them,
Okay.
right? So they could get the truth cake.
So it's kind of like I turn on the influence in the cake, like I activate that ingredient when I give it to them.
Right.
So I would technically be casting the cantrip, but using it through the food when I do it.
Yeah.
maybe you just
Okay.
get an advantage on persuasion or something. Okay.
That's what I said. Maybe I would like to. That's what I wanted was that. However, I'm concocting the thing, I get advantage on a check rather than immediately compelling them.
Yeah.
But that could be.
Yeah, so because with friends you have advantage on all charisma checks directed at that one creature.
Okay.
Maybe just persuasion or insight.
Oh yeah.
On all of
That would be hard. Because
Well, that's what the
I
cantrip
start out with.
Well, then that's. I guess that'd be up to
A high
you. Do you want to use the
charisma
cantrip, or do you
with
want to
my
just have it so that
That'd be a nice battle.
all it does is increase? It
Battle
gives you
of the
advantage on
Minds.
those two checks.
Figure out what stats
Insight
are
and.
Yeah. Need
I would even
really
say just insight,
help,
honestly.
Yeah,
Filling out
if you just want it to be, if you just want it to be one skill, then I will say that they realize that the cake affected them, but it doesn't necessarily make them hostile. It's just they know that you use the cake to get.
If they
through that.
complain, just be like, "Yo, dog, it's called truth cakes."
Yeah.
What'd you think? It's in
I
the
wasn't
name.
hiding anything.
Yeah. I like that better if that's okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
We're already, I think.
Which would totally make sense why the Onomancer would hang out in a place with truth cakes, because he wants to get people's true names.
Is that what you? What's that?
Name wizard. If I get your
Well,
true
then if you
name,
get that's a Dresden thing.
either true name, Dresden.
Well, the Dresden files and the.
I know.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a whole close to my heart.
Alright, I need to back up and get out of here.
So are we sharing these with other people?
You could if you want, but if not,
I mean, I just don't know how it works. Like the intrigue, right? Like if you were intrigued, would you want to keep yours hidden?
Well, now remember
I think more about like
the plot stuff. You don't fill that out ahead of time. You fill that out as you go. So the stuff on the big rooms, right? That's all for you to fill out as you go, as you interact with NPCs and develop your story for your character.
Gotcha.
So that's why I said like you could walk into a bar and be like, that person, I want that person to be somebody, and then they could be your.
So we gotta choose.
And then we'll name them. Oh, I got into an argument with one of
Thank you for watching our Dungeons & Dragons Adventurers League. Want to see more? Make sure to hit the subscribe button and bell to know the next time we post to YouTube. Join in on the fun on our live stream at twitch.tv/CapeFearGames. And check out our website, capefeargames.com, for all your gaming needs. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.